The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers podcast, show number 374. We record on October the 25th, 2021. I am one of your hosts, Jesus, also known as JesusWalksAlot. Today I'm joined by my friend from the West Coast, the Best Coast, Gunny Chief. Heavenly Mayo is back. Welcome back, Heavenly. Welcome.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm celebrating the holidays early over here with some Coronas, and 'tis the season, guys. Tis the season.
Listen, Gunny, 'tis the season.
Yeah.
I'm celebrating spooky season with some Crown Royal Black, the Canadian whiskey, thanks to Ryan Gibson. And I'm also drinking some Blue Moon, Belgian white.
Both very good. I deliver all the Crown products, which are all part of the Diageo line of things. All those good things out there.
I'm pretty fucked up, but
Pretty much most of the liquor.
But it's okay, man. It's okay. Also, from Little Ohio, coming in hot with this Camaro, the Mayo is back. Welcome back, Steve Willier. Welcome.
What's up, Jesus?
Mayo, I got a question.
Uh-oh.
Your son kept telling me that I kept saying your last name wrong. Do I say your last name wrong?
Say it again.
Willier?
Willier, yeah, that's fine.
Well, why the fuck was he giving me shit for?
Who knows? Which one?
Gray, the bigger one. The bigger one.
Brandon. That's Brandon.
Oh, Brandon. Greg is
Brandon's the older one? Okay.
I always thought his name was Greg. Brandon. You have too many kids, Mayo. Okay. Brandon, the older one. Okay. Wait, why the fuck are you giving me shit for, Mayo?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask him.
Telling me I'm saying his last name wrong. Oh, Jesus, you keep saying my last name wrong. Like, I was like, is this Willard?
Yeah.
Willard?
I'm surprised. See, he's probably just used to everybody getting it wrong. Everybody's like Weidler.
Willier?
I mean, I always said Willier, you know, like I don't know.
Yeah, I think you've always had it right.
You know, like that sounds like pretty normal to me. I don't know. I mean,
you ever get to the point where, like, you get called, like, the wrong name or something like that, and you just kind of like, kind of whatever, you let it slide.
Yeah.
And then it, like, happens forever.
Yeah.
That happened to me one time at work. So, like, one time at my work, I was on night shift, and this guy called me Keith forever. And I didn't really care. I kind of let it slide because I was going to quit, right? I'm going to quit work. I'm not ever going to see this guy again. And I went to night shift, and he was on days, so I never saw this guy. Man. I ended up not quitting, and I stayed there, and I eventually went to days. And one day I was talking to him, and he said something about Keith, and the guy beside him was like, "That's not Keith." He's like, "Yeah, his name's Keith." He's like, "No, his name's Steve." And he's like, "I've been working with that bastard for like 12 years, and I've never known his name, and I've always called him Keith." And I'm like,
wow.
"Oh yeah, dude, I just never cared."
Listen, that's not as bad as this story. So, like, in my last, not this job, but my last job, you know, we worked at like a family-owned company, right? Like it was like a pretty small company, right? Like maybe 8 of us in total working.
All right.
And the boss had his son, you know, because his son was in college, but it was summertime. So he had his son come in for, like, a little bit of, like, you know, like, to help us out, you know. Like, he would, like, burnish stuff or, like, countersink or he would, like, deburr stuff or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, help us out in the machine shop.
Mm-hmm.
But he was working on my side a few times and, like, on the assembly side, you know, and I was helping, you know, I was having him package stuff up and help me ship stuff. I would always call him, what the fuck would I call him? I would call him like James or no, I would call him Jesse. No, I would call him James. James, and his name was fucking Jesse. But he would just keep responding to me like, I would be like, "Yo, James, I need you to do this," and he would just fucking go do it, you know?
Yeah.
That's what and then, like, finally, like, one day, like, we had, like a company, like, you know, we were a small company, right? But we would have, like, barbecues and shit, like, during the summer, you know? We would, like, grill, like, some fucking hot dogs or some bratwurst or whatnot. So we were having, like, a barbecue, right? And, like, I called him James, and his dad works there, you know? His dad was my boss. And his dad was like, his name is not James. His name is fucking, like, oh no, his name is not Jesse. His name is James or something like that, right? Like I had it fucked up, right? I had
He's listening to this podcast right now and going, that asshole did not remember my name.
That motherfucker. One of the two, right? It was Jesse or James. One of the two was his name. But the reason I had his name fucked up was because the summer before that, my coworker had his nephew come into work, and his nephew was named James or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Or Jesse or whatever, you know? And, like, these were two white dudes, and in my head, it's just, like, automatically my head, like, associated these two white kids.
You were already like, hello, Jerry.
Yeah,
how
like,
are you?
Like, hello.
See how it is.
Hello, James. Like, both of these kids. Both of these kids.
Wider and wider there.
Both of these kids were, like, they both wore, like, baseball caps. They both played baseball at their college.
Isn't that nice, Jimmy?
So, like, they were both, like, these, like, college athletes that played baseball. And my head associated these motherfuckers were like, these guys are the same guy. So, like, this is the same fucking guy.
Why do I know? I suddenly feel like when we're away and he, like, talks about us, he probably calls us, like, James and Jimmy or something while we're away. He's like, those two on my show, James and Jimmy.
I know what he's doing. He's probably over there like, yeah, I got a white co-host. He's in California. His name's Harley. That's Harley out in California.
Jimmy and James, something like that. I can't remember their names.
Fucking Henley and Steve. I don't know.
I get it. You know what I get at work? Because on my uniform, the name is like...
Kane? Kane Marston?
No. It's in cursive. So they're like, hey, Harley. How you doing, Harley? What's up, Harley? They don't use a southern accent, but I'm like, oh, yeah, hey, what's up? I never try to correct them. But it always leads me to think of Suicide Squad. I'm like, oh, that's a female's name, but it could be unisex. I'll take Harley any day, I guess. Just don't call me Henry. Name's not Henry. Name's Henley on Thames. G'day, mate. How are ya? Welcome to the show, everyone. Gonna be a lovely time talking video games, yes!
Yeah, anyways, welcome to the show, people. Yeah, that was my me associating people with the same name. Anyways, you can follow
James Jesse.
You can follow us on Twitter at _HorribleGamers. Leave us a review on iTunes. Join our Facebook group, Horrible Gamers Podcast Community. That is a closed group. Anything you post in that group stays in that group. And also a big shout out to our Patreons over at patreon.com/Horrible Gamers that support the show with the money, like our friend Leahy the Legendary D, Jason Sams, Robert Noble, Sean Pacharek, Chad Vader Holic, the Commandalorian, Native Lives Matter, Henley M, Porkchop Poop, Nipron, the best HGP host ever. Wonder who that would be. John Jerome, Evan, some girl's Big D Tanaka. Ooh, I like the name change there. Evan, some girl's Big D Tanaka. Oh, good job, Evan. Good job. I'm proud of you, Evan. Jonathan Titan T Hall and first HGP Patreon. Bill, still even the biggest D, garnered the second. Thank you, Bill, for being the first HGP Patreon. We love you. Anyways, go support the show with the monies, ladies and gentlemen. It goes a long way. I mean, yeah. So go support the show with the monies. Anyways, guys, you can also support the show with the monies by heading over to Redbubble, Mayo.
Okay.
You can buy yourself some nice socks. You know, it's winter. Oh, it's fall, I guess, right? It's fall. It's not winter yet, right? Winter doesn't start till like December, right?
Correct.
Whatever, then it's fall. Get yourself some nice socks. Maybe some nice sweaters. Maybe some nice jackets. Maybe some nice cell phone covers. Maybe some nice acrylic blocks and some socks. Some shower curtains. I don't know. Get yourself whatever you want over at Redbubble. Just search Horrible Gamers in the search bar. find someone wearing our shirt with our logo, click on that logo, buy yourself a t-shirt, buy yourself a sweater, support the show, and get yourself some gear while you're at it.
Get some hoodie and some mitts.
Go and buy some stuff. Go, Mayo. And Gunny,
mittens.
Go.
All right, on my way.
Good.
Mittens for the winter.
I'll be back. When I take the Camaro, I'll be back in like 1 minute.
The intro song is done by Broke for Free. No, not neither of these. It's done by Phantom Mech. And the outro music is done by either Father and Twistix or Broke for Free or Ricky Alfaras or Mech Mod or whoever the hell I decided to put on the outro music.
You guys are awesome. Love the intros and the outros on the music.
Somebody's there, Gunny. I don't know who's there. Somebody's there. Anyways, let's talk about video games. Gunny.
Yo, hey, since I played the most video games, maybe.
No, hold on. I'm gonna go first.
Uh-oh.
I played a game, Gunny.
What'd you play? Is it good?
No.
Is it boring? Is it funny?
Listen, I played some more Far Cry 6, and like, there's something about this Far Cry, Gunny, that I just don't want to play it. Like, I don't really care for it.
I heard that from Matt. Matt from VGO was saying that. And I was like, no, I hope I don't get to that point. That I reach that point and go, I don't want to play it.
It seems like Just Cause to me. Like, it doesn't seem like a Far Cry game. Like, the last Far Cry game felt more, I don't know, more... It just felt better, like more well-rounded, but better made. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Is it like a lot like the last Far Cry game? So maybe it's because it's so similar that you're not getting into it as much.
No,
the last one is kind of a unique deal.
It's not like the last Far Cry game. It's a little bit different than that. It's actually like, I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know what the fuck it is about this game. It feels like a Just Cause game or something to me. Like, it doesn't feel like a Far Cry game, really.
I get that.
And
I'm a big Just Cause guy.
Yeah, I'm just not really feeling it, man. Like, as much as I want to get into it, and I've been trying, trust me, like, I've been trying, dude. I've been playing on the PS5. I've been trying to get into it. I just can't. And it's a shame because I paid fucking $70 for this, or $60 for it, or whatever the fuck. And I can't get into it, you know? Like, it's so bad. Like, it pisses me off, whatever the fuck. And then, so besides that, I played some more on my PC. I played some Battlefield 4. I played with Brink. I played with Brun. He's BJ Swick 33 from this Xbox Live. I played with them some. You know, we played some Battlefield 4.
How's that been going for you?
Dude,
do you feel like you still play like you used to?
Yes, Battlefield 4 fucking holds up, dude. Like, Battlefield 4, it's an incredible game. Like, that game, I honestly don't know if Battlefield itself will ever get to that level. You know what I mean? Like, it will ever get to the Battlefield 4 level ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think it ever will. Honestly.
You don't think 2042 can recreate that?
No.
In some way?
No, and maybe in some ways with the modern vehicles and the modern weapon attachments and whatnot, but like I feel like Battlefield 6, right? It would be 6, right? Not.
Yeah, it would be 6.
5 was already done, right? Yeah, 5 was that World War II one. Battlefield 6, I feel like would have to be like. It would have to be really grounded in like current times, you know, like the U.S. fighting China or something, or fighting Russia or whoever, you know. And it would have to be like really modern warfare style, like Battlefield 4, to really capture that Battlefield 4 feel. Because even Battlefield 2042 doesn't really feel like Battlefield 4 to me. It feels more like Call of Duty to me than anything, really. Like, yes, there's vehicles, yes, there's helicopters, yes, there's planes, yes, there's jets, and all that, but it doesn't really feel like a Battlefield 4 to me, you know what I mean? Battlefield 4 still has that unique really slow combat, really slow, like, figuring out, okay, we got to capture this objective, that objective. Whereas Battlefield 2042 feels way more fast-paced to me. I don't know, man. We'll see how it plays out.
I don't even think we'll find out at launch. I think it'll be more of a let's see how it goes in the first 30 days sort of thing.
It'll be like a...
Not even like the first week.
Well, we'll see how much they update Battlefield 2042 and what they give us with the free content. You know what I mean? Because Battlefield 4, man, like we had that Battlefield Premium Pass thing, dude, but like that shit was worth it, man. Like we got 4 DLC packs with that. Great DLC maps. You know, they were all from Battlefield 3 and previous Battlefields. And like Battlefield 4 is just untouchable in my opinion, dude. Like that game is just, it fucking holds up. It plays well, and like the maps are incredible, dude. Like they really are. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I really hope that they figure something out with that.
I mean, we haven't seen that many maps yet for the new Battlefield, so
no, we haven't. Hope. Yeah, maybe
we've only seen 2, right? 2.
We've seen
so far.
I think we've seen.
I mean,
1.
they could throw a bunch of the Battlefield 4 maps in there for us as retro maps.
Well, I think they will because of that whole what's that portal mode or whatever that where like you can bring the World War II soldiers fighting against the modern ones and the Battlefield 4 guys fighting against the Battlefield 3 guys fighting against the Battlefield 1 guys. You know what I mean? Like they have that whole portal mode or whatever, like that whole create your own Battlefield type of mode or whatever. So that seems kind of cool in my opinion. But we'll see, man. Like I said, one thing that I do like about Battlefield 2042 is that it will be cross, I guess, progression, because you would have to buy it on multiple platforms, but you will still be able to play your same character on all the platforms. You know what I mean?
That's good, right?
That's good.
That's something I can always agree on, especially if I buy it.
Yes.
On Origin and PlayStation, or
because like recently,
or even just PlayStation and Xbox, right? Like, hey, if I'm going to buy it twice, I want to be able to at least transfer characters.
Yes, because recently, I downloaded Battlefield 4 on my Series S. And I've been playing it on that a little bit. And like Battlefield 4 on the Series S actually runs pretty well, Gunny. I was playing that at 120 frames. Because what I ended up doing on my Series S, the resolution, I ended up setting it to 1080p instead of 4K.
Oh, so you can get the frames out of it.
So I can get
Good choice.
I get the 120 frames out of it. And even if you have even if you have Battlefield 4 set to 4K 60, it only displays at 720p on the Xbox Series consoles. So apparently EA never did an update for Battlefield 4 on the Series consoles. They just never did. So that game only runs at 720p, Gunny. Which, trust me, it looks kind of like shit, man. Because I was playing last night on my Series S, right? I was playing the Battlefield 4. And, like, it did look bad, dude. It looked fucking rough. It looked like what the fuck is going on, you know? Like,
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like, I don't know. Do you think they'll ever update that? Like, even though it's an old-ass game? That maybe it'll get a new coat of paint for the new boxes?
No. Because the 120 FPS boost is being done by the console itself.
Oh, so right, by
EA has nothing to do with that. Like Microsoft said, we're doing it on our end by the hardware. The hardware is doing the work. EA hasn't responded with saying like, "Hey, we're gonna update these graphics to 1080p" or nothing, dude. Like, so it's kind of lame. You know what I mean? Because
I think they want to be careful too.
Well,
because they're going to be like, we got to take care of 2042 first and make sure that's all.
I guess that's a stupid excuse. That's a stupid excuse. I mean, like I told you guys. No,
I don't think so. I think it's just smart strategy because,
like I told you guys
before, fans are very critical.
No, but like I told you guys before, Battlefield 4, like, nothing stands up to it, dude. Like, really. Like, even Battlefield 2042 is not as good as Battlefield 4. I don't think it is.
Not yet.
No, and it won't ever be.
Don't you say that. Don't you curse that game, mister.
No, like I don't think it'll ever be as good as Battlefield.
How do you know? It's not even
my
out
early
yet.
impression, it feels too much
Not
different.
even out yet.
But
No, like the whole class system, Gunny, were like I could be the medic, but I could run a sniper rifle and like I can have the recon package and all that. Like that doesn't work, dude. Like Battlefield is you run engineer, you got the RPGs, you got the anti-tank shit, you run medic, you got the med packs, you got the defibrillators, you run support, you got the fucking ammo boxes, and you got like all the ammo stuff and the big LMGs, and you run recon, and you got the sniper rifles and the spawn beacons and the motion sensors and all that. This new Battlefield 2042 crap is like, oh, well, if you run medic, you could still run a sniper rifle and fucking have an ammo box. It's like, what?
Okay, but you can do custom games and limit that stuff.
I don't like it, dude. I don't know, because the custom games won't give you XP. I'm pretty sure when they said like custom games will not give you XP. So who's gonna be playing custom games? No one. I'm not gonna play
You don't think
fucking.
so? I think
I'm not gonna.
What's the player base?
I'm not gonna play a custom game, Gunny, if it doesn't give me any fucking experience to level up my character. Like, who's gonna want to play that?
I don't know. It may be
exactly, huh?
it's more of a wait and see thing to see how
Maybe okay, like
popular it is. We're gonna have to see on Twitch, like, how long does this last? You know.
if they give us XP for whatever reason, like cool, man, like cool. But like, I don't think they will.
I don't know. I'm sure eventually they'll just be like, fuck it, everybody gets XP. Not at launch or what. This is the way I look at it, Jesus. Like, this is the way I'm looking at it. Okay, I'm going to use my food analogy. You're over there using your Battlefield 4 logic, but with XP and boosts and all that stuff and classes. But I'm saying, man, if you got a piece of cheesecake, right? And cheesecake is good. But if you throw one of those, like, those sweet cherries on the top, you know, right? That's that new 2042 I'm talking about. And that's better. To me, that's better. It's still cheesecake, but it's so much better. It's like food logic, man. There you go. No, I don't know. We don't know. Well, it's more of a wait and see thing.
Yeah. It's a little ways away yet, I guess. But you know, we've only seen a couple maps, so there's hope that there's something. You know, maybe they'll surprise us, Jesus. Maybe they'll give us some stuff we enjoy.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, besides all that, you know, Far Cry 6, a little bit of Battlefield 4. I've been playing a lot of that shark game.
Maneater?
Maneater, yeah.
He's a man-eater.
I've been playing that on my console, on my Series S, my Xbox. And that game is really fun. I fucking really like that game. Like, even though I've owned it since launch on Epic, I don't know what it is about the console. It just made me want to play it. I downloaded it on Game Pass, and I've been playing it, and it's fucking fun, dude. Like, it's fun eating shit. Like, just...
And it's a good-looking game, too.
You're just
got some good lighting to it.
So, again, if you played this on Epic and Game Pass, do you notice a difference between the two?
Well, Epic looks better. I mean...
Does it look better? I'm just curious, because this whole Game Pass thing, it's like, all these games are great, but it feels like there's something missing in them. You know, like on the PC versions.
I don't know what it is about the PC version that didn't want to make me get into it. Maybe it was that I'm sitting at a monitor, and I'm sitting at a chair, you know, where it's supposed to post it downstairs. I'm sitting on a lazy boy. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, there is a difference, like, playing on PC, like, sometimes, and just kicking back in, that chair, like, just way more relaxed, where we're in the PC, you're kind of sitting up against a chair, you're all serious, ready to go. Jesus got the old seatbelt on and everything else, playing all serious.
Seatbelt on his gaming chair, yeah.
But
got a helmet on, flat suit.
Whatever. Anyways, I played some of that shark game. I ate some fish. I ate some people, and it's cool. Whatever.
You ate limbs?
I ate people, man. Like there was like
Whole people. There you go.
killed
Okay.
10 people. Like, okay, I'm eating people. Like, fuck it. I'm gonna eat this guy. Like, fuck it. I don't care. I'm a shark. So that's really cool. Besides that, I haven't really played much else. Like I said, like on my PS5, like I have Mass Effect there, but I haven't really got into Mass Effect 3. I think I'm afraid of getting into that. It seems like a long game, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Do you think it's still too close to Mass Effect 2 for you to enjoy it?
Maybe. Yeah, that could be it. Like, I ran through Mass Effect 1 pretty quick. Mass Effect 2 took me a while. Now, I'm on Mass Effect 3.
You're kind of like, nah, yeah.
I'm kind of like, oh, man, like, it's a lot of
Little Mass Effect it out.
Do I really want to start again? Kind of thing.
Even though
I hear Cerberus one more time.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like,
yeah.
Mass Effect 3 looks really good, though, man, on the PS5. And I'm assuming it does on the Xbox as well, on the PC as well. It looks really good. It plays really well. Like I said, I haven't reached the point in the story where it's hooking me in yet, So, like, I've done the first few missions. There's nothing there that's really hooked me in yet. And we'll see, like, I don't know. We'll see.
It's all prologue stuff.
Yeah, I'm at the prologue right now, pretty much. It's, you do like the mission where you go to Mars and you get that blue chick, that blue alien girl, you pick her up, and then you find some Cerberus guys there, and then you go to the Citadel, and the Citadel doesn't want to give you any support because they're like, it's not our problem, Earth is getting attacked, fuck Earth. If we help you out, we're going to fucking send our soldiers to your planet. And what if they attack our planets, like... So they don't really give a fuck about Earth or whatever, the alien council or whatever. And it's like, whatever, But yeah.
Yeah, maybe you just know what's to come and you just want to get into the good stuff. You don't want to do any of that filler story.
Yeah,
you just want to
I think that's
get into the meat of the game.
I think that's what it is. Like, I don't want to do any of this bullshit fucking crap. But, you have to go through it to get to the fucking main stuff. It's like, man, I don't want to do this. But, whatever, dude. Whatever.
I don't know if I'll ever get back to that, Jesus. Even though I bought that game. Like, all right, cool.
You bought the remastered
I just
trilogy?
keep moving on, man, to the newest and the latest and the greatest. Or I try to.
Wait. You bought that remastered trilogy?
Yeah, I did. I'm halfway through Mass Effect 1.
Dude, Mass Effect 1 is really short. It's like 20 hours.
Yeah, I'm probably 10 hours into it.
You're probably halfway through it.
I am. I haven't gone back to it because I've just been, either working life stuff or I've just like played the newest, fucking Game Pass, whatever that comes out. It's like always something new to play on there, or Far Cry or whatever else is out. I'm buying the new thing.
Other than that, I downloaded Forza Horizon. Was it 5 now?
Yeah, there's a.
I preloaded it.
What do you call it? Yeah,
until my PC though.
How big was that preload? Because I just saw a news article saying like 100 gig.
105 gigabytes.
Man, so it's probably gonna be that on the Xbox too. So again, something taking up a lot of space on that Xbox. You got to eventually add some more storage in that sucker.
And the problem with my S is that like the S only has like 500 gigs of storage.
Yeah, and is that available 500 right off the rip? No, so you're probably more?
It's like 340 available.
Yeah, I think it's 340 or 380, something like that.
It's a very small amount, dude.
I was actually out of town the other day, and I ran across a couple S's on the shelf. I almost picked one up for my daughter, but then I didn't. I was like, I had an expensive enough weekend up that way. I wasn't going to buy myself an Xbox, so... So I refrained.
Good.
If it would have been an X, for sure. But the little Series S sitting over there, like 3 of them in there. Up there in farm country, Ohio, just sitting there waiting to be sold.
You gonna get that new cord, Mayo, for your S or whatever that you got, or your X or
What's that?
1X? Are you getting a new power cord?
Oh yeah. So what I end up doing actually is I have an ion stereo. It recharges and will last like 4 days on a charge, and the same kind of cord connects to the back of the Xbox. So I tried it just to see, and it works fine. So I've been using that power cord to.
They're fairly standard. Yep.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing as on printers. You can pretty much use that same cord. I think when my friend borrowed my PlayStation, we even swapped power cords from his PS4 and the Xbox One X. So it was pretty much the same power cord even. So.
Nice.
So we got her going. I'm down a radio charging cord. I just have to kind of switch back and forth. But I can play Xbox.
Nice. Well, I get it.
Yeah.
You can talk about what the fuck you've been playing.
I will. You have another shot. I'm gonna have another beer over here. So for me, I did play a spooky game, guys. I'm currently playing a spooky game. I started it up today. Visage over here on the Game Pass machines.
I would call that Visage.
I'm going with Visage on this. So indie survival.
That's what I've heard it called as well.
It's a horror title. So
Game Pass game.
Included with subscription on this one. So but plenty of them out there on Steam that you can play for free or on the cheap, especially with horror games.
But I've always heard this is like one of the best ones. I've heard this one is more scary ones out there.
Well, I could say I'm only a couple hours into it, but man, I will give warning when this game first starts out in the cinematic sort of cutscenes on it at the opening scene. It's what do you call it? I don't want to spoil anything, but it's very shocking or whatever. So if you have children,
is there nudity?
Just be warned.
Is there nudity?
No nudity. It's
scary.
No, but it involves guns and stuff and families. I will say that. Maybe a little bit more than like the beginning of a Resident Evil, but there's no like creatures or anything.
I've been
like
told this game closely resembles PT.
Yeah, I've heard that. Okay, so somebody else had mentioned that. And there's a couple other things where I was like, okay, it kind of gives in that PT, a little bit of Resident Evil, but so when you start out, you're in this house and you've got left hand and right hand, and you can hold things in your hand. So whatever it might be, like a lighter or a light bulb or a candle. But some items you can put into like your storage, by pressing, the select button on your controller. So things like that would be like keys or like not light bulbs, but lighters. But the funny thing is about these candles is that like you can't walk around with a candle lit or whatever. You can place them in certain places and light them with your lighter. But yeah, man, there's a lot of doors in this house, and I'm not sure. I'm at a point where I think I'm supposed to go find like a video cassette for a freaking VCR. So you could tell this is like set in the 80s, or this house is from the 1980s, or maybe early 90s. Because I think it wants me to go down in the basement and do some things, but yeah. And I'm only assuming I'm like the father. I'm like the man of this house, but I don't know if everybody's dead or what the fuck is going on. So yeah. Like there's pictures, and obviously there's a wife, and there's children in the pictures, and you, and I don't know, it's creepy. But no, there's been no like jump scares or anything, but the one thing is, as far as like, I haven't died or anything yet, but I think the way that you can die is from standing in the dark too long. So
okay.
Yeah, so that's like you could either light your lighter or go flick the light switch again. because it will like paranormal events or whatever. This thing will pop up and say, hey, just don't stand there too long, because then it'll show like your brain, and the more redness that comes around your brain, the more afraid you are, and your sanity will break. And I think that's when it maybe will reload a checkpoint or something.
So kind of something like in a little bit I played like Phasmophobia.
Yeah. So you just kind of have to go back into the light. I don't think there was like a difficulty scale or anything like that. I just kind of backed up and flicked the light again, or went to stand in an area where there was light. So it's not like you can just completely run into a dark room and boom, you're dead. It doesn't. I don't think it works in that fashion. Maybe later game it does, but yeah, so far it's kind of letting you explore each area, all the areas of the house. So, but man, it was like you were talking about it being scary or whatever. Like for me, I'm not a big horror fan of horror movies and books and all these things, but I did finally get to watch that. What was that? The Saw movie with Chris Rock. So that one came out like in May or something, and I kind of blew it off. But I watched it this weekend. I was like, oh shit, that's actually pretty good. It was Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson and a few other people. But that's one movie I do recommend. It's a good horror flick on there. But yeah, but back to Visage. It's I'm gonna stick with this one. I was playing it up until we even started recording. I was like, it's kind of cool. It's graphics are decent looking, and I want to see. I think it's a game I want to see if I can actually figure out what to do next without watching a YT vid. I want to.
Yeah. See if we can figure it out, Gunny. You got it.
I think so, because I think there was like even a warning at the front. It said, "Hey, this is a hard game. You need to have patience." And I'm old. I've got patience, man. I can slow it down a bit.
Do you?
I think so. I think it's not like a Call of Duty where I can say, I'm fucking keep dying because I suck and I'm garbage. You know what I mean? Like that's No, as long as you're not killing me every 30 seconds, I'm fine with that. Or it's got any silly and dumbass puzzles to it. That will frustrate the shit out of me, because
does it have like an autosave? Is it saving often? So like when you make progress, you can keep it, or you find yourself up to play stuff over.
You can go into the menu and do I don't know how. I didn't even. Oh, one of the good thing is that you can go into manual save, but so there's no like real HUD. I think that's one thing that I really like about this game is the fact that there's nothing on the screen or whatever. Like everything is, everything that you see. So, but that's probably the wife just calling me, telling me to shut the hell up. But yeah.
Old man's up past his bedtime already.
No, but no, it's there's no HUD or whatever, so you feel like you're engaged in the game. So I recommend it, Mayo. You should play it too.
Yeah, maybe I'll fire it up.
See how far you make it. Yeah. So that's Visage. The other one that I've been playing a lot is I really got a couple hours into it today, which was Rift Breaker.
Oh yeah, so I've been playing this a little bit too.
Yeah, we talked about it last week, and man, I wish it had like some co-op. Co-op would be cool.
That would actually. My take on it early on too is I just started playing it this week after you guys talked about it last week, and it would I think that'd be kind of fun to have one person kind of help build and one person fighting, or one person out say mining resources and the other person in town building.
Yeah, because it has so if you get the two early on in the game or whatever, there's the two main resources. I'll just say the blue stuff, I probably can't pronounce it, and then there's the red stuff. So those are like the two main building components, right? Mm-hmm. But it's not like everything's like right there in front of you, that you could just build a wall around it. I mean, eventually you can just. It seemed like it's not manageable or what have you, even in the early game. So what I've done was, just me personally or whatever, I've got a pretty good base going. So let me just back up a little bit here, Mayo. So today I got in there. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go whatever. I'm going to play on normal and kind of see how that goes and see if, because it's like I've played the game like 3 or 4 different times where, you know, and then I die and then I'm like, oh, I'll just go ahead and restart because I don't know exactly what to do the next time. But it's not that kind of game. So, but this is just lack of information on my part. So one of the things I was trying to figure out was, and I think it was last night I was playing when you guys we were in chat, and that I was like, oh, in order to upgrade the headquarters, right? It's 1,000 each on the resources, right? The 2 different resources I mentioned.
Right.
And I'm like, man, but the thing is that my inventory only holds like 400 each or whatever it was. I'm just using it as an example. How the hell do I get to 1,000 if I only have a maximum of 400 before it's full? So I was like, oh shit, like, hello, I got to drop down more containers or whatever.
Like a storage container type thing?
A storage container. I was like, son of a bitch. Like, the game does not really, it does not hold your hand at all. It just kind of tells you, like, yeah, you should build that armory next. You should, I think some things are goals, right? But it's not the next thing that you should be doing. It's just more.
Did you try the tutorial part thing? Like at the beginning, you have an option to start in like new campaign or tutorial, and it kind of walks you through like a quick base building thing. Because it's like, now we're going to build a headquarters, and then we're going to go ahead and build.
Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have done that.
It tells you to build like an extractor, and it's like, this thing will automatically extract, iridium, I think they called it, maybe.
Yeah, whatever
and so the blue stuff, and then so it has you build that. Then it's like, okay, well now we need to build. I think it was like power, so it has you build the wind things, and then from there it's like, okay, well now we need to protect ourselves. There's going to be something to come, and it's like a simulation. So and then the girls talking, they're like, oh, they never change the simulation. So it tells you to build these walls. It tells you to put torrents up to guard the west side. So then you put your walls up and you build some turrets. That says you have to build like a minimum of 6. So you get these 6 turns, you get them built, and the game's like, oh, okay, it checks marks all that. Now then you have like a wave come in, or no, it tells you to give everything power. So you gotta connect the power grid, to the windmills, and so you start making a power grid, and then after that, you do the fight and you hold them off. But yeah,
I guess I'm kind of doing that now, but
I don't going in just figuring it out like I did last week with Leopard Dead.
But I don't know if that's anything different or
Back for Blood. So Jesus got me doing it now.
Yeah, maybe what you're thinking about. Are you thinking of the prologue or that? I mean, that's actually a separate game altogether.
I think that's what it was called. I think it was called the prologue, but it's like a tutorial.
Maybe they did include that with the full game, but that was actually a thing like, gosh, almost a year ago, believe it or not. So that was actually on Steam. I put it in my wish list damn near a year ago, and I played a little bit of it actually. Because it was free. The prologue is free. So anybody out there on console that doesn't have Game Pass, yeah, you can just go download that prologue for free.
I get a nice idea of what it's like.
Yeah. And so yeah, I remember it being like, it obviously didn't have like everything there or whatever. So it was like, yeah. But anyway, back to kind of where I was at. Because again, I don't have time to just go watch a lot of these YT videos. You know what I mean? The YouTubes, man, on fucking how-tos.
Anybody has time to take his time through Visage.
No, but I did watch a tips and tricks,
right?
And it was still like, okay, these are all great tips and tricks. Maybe what I should have watched was like a full walkthrough and early on or what have you.
How about the YT vids?
But it's always those little things, right? Those little things, like I mentioned, with the storage, like, yeah, the more storage you have, the more shit you can hold to upgrade your stuff. So earlier today, right? I get in there, I'm like, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I got it on easy mode. I got it on the baby mode. I'm going to, normal, right? I'm going to do my thing here and I'm going to win, right? And I'm like, all right, what is going on with this game? I don't understand. I was just getting wave after wave and just I was getting my asshole torn apart. Well, I think in the commotion of me trying to get this game up and running and taking care of things, I accidentally hit hard mode.
No.
Beast mode or whatever it was.
Whoa, Gunny, whoa.
No, I'm not joking because I was like, what the actual fuck, right? Why am I just getting demolished, right? And I'm like, oh, son of a bitch, I actually check marked the box for fucking death mode or whatever. Fuck.
Gunny's going over here going from a baby mode to hardcore mode.
So here I am. I'm just ready to like, I was using my controller. I'm just ready to just like smash it through my monitor, you know? It's just a fucking, oh man. So I came back. I'm like, okay, made sure the game this time out, I went back and hit it. Actually did easy, not even normal. Did easy, yeah. Started the new game or whatever. And yeah, it's definitely baby mode. I'm there. I've got fucking turrets everywhere, and I'm getting things upgraded. And yeah, so definitely my pace of where this game's at. So one thing the part where I'm at right now, I know Leahy, if you're listening, I think it's Cobalt. It's telling me, to go find Cobalt, and you press X on the controller to go, it kind of guides you in the right direction. Not a radar, but it's more of a sensor, to go where to go find it. So, So yeah, maybe I just need to explore the entire map, which it's letting me. That's the best part. It's not going, we're ready to just annihilate your fucking base with beasts.
And what?
So yeah.
What were you playing this on?
I was playing on PC on the Xbox Game Pass using a Xbox controller.
Okay. That's right. I played on PC as well, and I was really impressed with how good this game looked. I turned everything on, and it ran really smooth and looked really good. I was pretty impressed the way it looked, actually.
Yeah, I really like the lighting, and
the lighting was good, and then the vegetation, how it moves when you walk around it, and the animals kind of there's like small little creatures that run around through there, and you kind of fight, and they come after you.
Definitely.
Had nice color, and it was very bright, and just kind of a good-looking game.
Absolutely. I did start it out.
Rift Breakers.
Rift Breakers?
Yeah, I started out earlier this week on console.
This is definitely a Jesus game. I've heard this multiple times, actually, Jesus, and this is your kind of game.
Yeah, I keep hearing Leahy telling me to check it out.
It's kind of like that.
It's quick though. It's fast. You got to be fast. I know you, Jesus. You're going to be able to get in there and I'm gonna build 4 turrets, 8 walls. Fucking, I'm going to build a upgraded version of this and collect more resources this way at the same time.
It's a base builder, but you're in a mech, right? And you're running around doing shit.
It's a twin stick shooter base builder.
And it's very fluid. The movement's quick. The mech is not slow. You don't walk around like a tank. You walk around like a quick moving, mech, and it runs around and you can fire different directions. You can switch your guns out. Like you have a flamethrower. You have like a gun that fires. You can switch your hand. You have like a sword in one hand, and you got ammo for all those items, and you got to craft things, and you got waves you got to kind of hold off. They attack your base. They try to get to your stuff. You got to kind of repair and plan. But like Gunny said, I think this game is kind of missing out. It would be really good with multiplayer. Yeah,
because like I said, I've got the red material or whatever. Like, okay, yeah, I do have that kind of automated for, the resources being mined within my what I would consider my base. But then just a little bit outside of it, a little bit west, there's another section for the red stuff, right? But that's where the hordes were going to after. That's what they're going for first, right? They're like, we're going to attack this place first. Even though I do have a couple turrets over there and some decent walls and stuff. And I watched the tutorials on the double walls and random walls and stuff like that. So that the AI does kind of go after that stuff, which is good. And there's but I think I hope it's part of my entire inventory for what I need. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be. So I don't know. Maybe eventually I can it can all be kind of hooked up all together, or it doesn't even need to be. Who knows?
Was this also the game that you were trying to play on your Series S that was not available?
Yeah. I did put that on Discord. That's right. So I went to the house, my other house. Was it yesterday? Is that what it was? I think it was Saturday. Yeah, I went up there Saturday. I'm like, hey, I'm going to download Rift Breaker. We were watching a movie and download this on my Xbox One X. And nope, it will not work. I think no, it won't even let you download it. You cannot play this because
I've seen it in my list under Game Pass games on my One X, but maybe I was missing it.
no,
maybe it's.
I had to actually go search for it. I had to hit search. I had to press Y on the controller and go, well, where the heck is it? Not in the most recently, released games? And
yeah, I didn't see it in the release games, and then I went down through like alphabetical and Game Pass, and I didn't see it on my Xbox One X. And so I was like, maybe because it's not supported at all. It's just weird. I think it's that the game isn't supported on the One S. It is kind of almost worrisome in a way, in the fact that why would this game not be supported on the One S? Like this is supposed to be part of this next generation. I understand it's not as powerful, but if you're going to release a game and not have it supported on the One S,
what game is not supported on the One S?
This Rift Breakers.
Yeah, it's not on the One S or One X. Not on the ones at all.
It's not backwards compatible at all.
No, which is surprising.
So what happened to Microsoft's? Oh, yeah. Hold on. Here, I'm going to give you some shit,
right? That's my. Like I said, this is what I thought was kind of weird.
What happened to your whole? Oh, there's no generations. Everything's backwards compatible on Xbox.
I know, and here's the other thing, Jesus, why it's Xbox trash, and I put that in Discord because there's no cloud feature that I saw on this either. And I'm like, wait, so what if I wasn't rich enough to afford a new Series console?
Or couldn't find one.
Or didn't have a PC. Yeah, and I just had a hobo VCR Xbox One or a One S or a One X. Fuck the old generation, right?
I said it didn't even show up on my store. Like I didn't try to search for it manually, but it doesn't even show up on my Game Pass.
Maybe I'm gonna say the glass is half full here and say, all right, maybe they'll just add that stuff later on. Because I went and actually, Mayo, after even I posted it on Discord, I'm like, Xbox trash. What is this garbage, right? Even though I do dual living here, so I'm not complaining, right? I mean, I was, but. And I went and looked at the reviews, and they were like, fuck, I can't play this on my Xbox One. It won't load.
But the thing is, too, Jesus, and this kind of adds fuel to the fire for me, is playing it on PC, Jesus, max settings with their version of ray tracing and everything on, right? Mm-hmm. Running 1440 resolution.
Yeah.
I'm getting 100 frames a second. So if it's that easy for my PC to run, why can't at least the One X run it at 30?
Exactly.
So why are they excluding this game from that group?
Yeah,
why not lower the resolution on the game and lower the settings? Yeah.
Or some games like that can be CPU heavy because like when you're controlling a bunch of AIs, those monsters come in. But this Xbox Series S is supposed to have a good CPU. So if let's get a good CPU, why can't it play it? And that's
here's the other thing I'm thinking too. They put it on Steam like, I don't know, a long time ago, whatever. I'm going to say a year.
So you're saying it's available on the Series X, but not the Series S?
No, it's just the Series consoles. Even my Series S will run it.
Okay, so it's available on the Series S and X.
Oh, I didn't think it was, by your picture showing, it said it wasn't not available.
Okay, it's not available on the
old consoles.
The old consoles.
The One S and the One X.
I thought you couldn't play it on your Series S either.
That's understandable. Really like the old consoles, don't they have like a Jaguar X76 CPU or some shit like that? Whatever the fuck it's called.
Those are the old. That's my old HDD. Even though it's true 4K, Mayo, that One X. But I don't know. The only thing I can think of is, when they put this on Steam a year ago, not put it on there, but said, hey, eventually soon or whatever, right, that this would be coming. I'm trying to think if there was even a release date. There was no release date because I was looking at it in my wish list in Steam. And then I feel like it was a recent thing with Microsoft coming out and saying, hey, day one Game Pass. And then they put a release date on the Steam page. So who knows, whatever deals they were trying to work out.
No, I have heard that this game runs better from the Steam version, I mean, this seems to be a trend lately where
There's a little launcher. It's got its own little thing to it.
it seems to
Yeah.
be
Even on Game Pass, there's a launcher.
They'll ask me if I want to launch the launcher or the game.
it seems to be a trend lately though with Microsoft games that games that release on Game Pass and games that release simultaneously on Steam. On Steam, it seems to be the better version of the game.
That's what I was asking about. Maneater. Like you said, the Epic version you thought was a little better than.
Well, it was than the console. I mean, obviously, I can run higher graphic settings. I can run better resolutions, more detailed settings. You know what I mean?
Right, but like just the general feel of the game, how well it runs. You said it didn't seem to.
How well it runs pretty good on the console. I don't know if it. I'm assuming it's at 60, but it could be 30. I don't really know there. Because I'm running at 1080p on the Series S. So it could be that game upscales that to 120 hertz. Because I know there's a list of games at the Series S and the X. They for some reason they just automatically boost the games up to a certain frame rate. Like Battlefield 4, I was playing it at 120 frames, but it was running at 720p. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like you gotta, whatever, it is. So I ended up downloading Battlefield 5 on my Series S. I haven't launched it yet, but I plan to play that next because that apparently runs at 1080p 120 on the Series S. So there's that, Gunny. So I'm gonna try that out.
Yeah, I want to see I wonder how that looks because I haven't played a Battlefield in a while. Yeah, that's the old Rift Breaker wherever you can find it.
I'll
but
play
just
it
not on the older consoles.
I'll play it on PC, man. Whatever.
Yeah, that's where I ended up playing it. Like eventually, I'll probably flip flop. There's some days where I don't want to turn the PC on, or I don't want to turn the console on.
Like Leahy said, Leahy said that the Steam version has ray tracing and whatnot.
The lighting looked really good on the Game Pass version. It did have what's AMD's version, Fidelity X or something they call it.
Yeah,
it had that option on there, but I did not see like direct ray tracing. Like it did show a couple other options, but the lighting did look really good. Like even without actual hardcore ray tracing from NVIDIA. It looked really good on my PC. Jesus, I was actually pretty surprised. I'm like, I could probably get into this game because how fast it feels. Your mech really moves around quickly, and it has a nice flow to it.
And the physics too. I know I mentioned this before, but I've been just saying this outside of the show. Like, I just like the way things explode. It's kind of cool. Like they do it so well, where it's an enemy exploding or a plant exploding. The way the pieces fall, and like it looks awesome. The explosions are pretty sick. But yeah, enough about that game. Satisfactory. Back to that with Ghost, Nico, and is it Drax or Dax? What is it, Nico? I think it's Drax. So I haven't played with him in a while. We remember we used to play that 7 Days to Die game. Back in the day, yeah, those were good times. All of us. We need to know more of those events too, especially in the holidays coming up.
Yeah,
just get like 10 of us, even though you can only fit 4 or 5 people in a game.
Yeah, or we can maybe throw together an Among Us night or a Jackbox night.
Yeah. But yeah, Satisfactory. So I don't look at it like this is my world or my save or whatever. I just look at it like it's been me and Ghost Nico's world or whatever. I hardly have ever just played it just by myself. No, it's always been like, get in here, let's go, or whatever, wherever we can find time. So, but we're doing really, really good. I'm learning a lot. I know Ghost Nico knows a lot more about this game as far as like how to, I always think of it like, refining, but it's more of a factory game, but you are mining for resources again with the mining for resources game, these games just suck me in, man. It's like crack. So good. But yeah, just making other components that the most recent thing we did was, or that I did earlier on yesterday was, I'm like, I want to make some platforms on it because I got so much cement, to kind of get everything nice and flat to make a nice flat platform. So that way you're just not traversing up and down in different areas for where and what I need to do next into this game. So yeah, I kind of organized some things, and then Nico came along, and this is the beauty of it. He's like, hey, look, we're going to make some things to, make our fuel more efficient by making the solid biomass fuel or whatever. I'm like, okay, I didn't know you can do that. How are we going to do that? And he's like, yeah, look, we're going to make some plants over here. This is going to convert it into something else, and then it'll, by the time it's finished with this other machine, boom, you've got solid biofuel. But again, everything takes energy, right? So it's almost like I'm trying to wrap my brain around it, where I'm like, wait, I guess I'm using some fuel to make fuel. It's like okay, I'm just not going to think about it and just do it, because the end result is, we've got some good fuel that lasts longer to, whatever, make more plates and reinforce plates and bolts and nuts and wires and all this stuff. So it's a little chaotic, our system, but it works. So then I was invited to Dax's game, either one. Now I'm getting confused between that and John's friend. But yeah, like I liked his system. Like, it's cool. Like, he's like, oh, it's a little chaotic, but he's got this thing called the space elevator, which I guess we need to build one of those eventually. There's many things we need to do in this game. And that thing is freaking humongous. Especially, when you're in the game, you're like, oh my God, that thing is like, it seems like it's like a mile up. Probably is. But what all these things do, I have no clue. So I'm going to find out eventually. It'll probably all come together, but either way, it's like, hey, the more goals you do, the more research, everything just kind of leads into, bigger and better resources and weapons and technology and all that good stuff. So, that's pretty much mostly what I've played. Besides that, I just played some stuff on the Apple Arcade. The Lego Star Wars Battles. Is that what it's called? Yeah. And it's pretty much a version of whatever that Gears of War Pop game was.
Oh yeah, like it's kind of like
Gears
it's
Pop?
kind of similar to the Clash Royale game or something like that.
So it never really got it. Yeah, a little bit of that. But I'm gonna say that it's so far, it's not that great. I mean, I know there's like a gazillion like Star Wars games out there that are, on the marketplace for, either phone, but I don't know. I'm going to keep going on it, I guess, because I do like the fact that there is no microtransactions, right? So what you are doing is, each battle that goes in, that takes place, and each one that you win, there is still like almost like a cooldown period on, hey, this thing's being upgraded. This card or whatever, these characters. But in the meantime, play more battles. So it's like, okay, I like that system. It's kind of cool that I'm not using any sort of crystals or coins or anything silly like that. I can keep going,
Mm-hmm.
So I have reached a point where I don't know if I'm playing real people and I just keep winning, or if it's still, do I just keep playing with bots, or do I get there to where it's more of a multiplayer thing? I have no idea. So, but there's no way, obviously, like, via a phone or an iPad to interact with these people. And it doesn't seem to be any sort of like, hey, join lobby codes or anything. So I'm just going to assume they're all bots. But yeah, so that's that. That's me for mobile, still playing some some pinball effects. And what do they call it on here? It's like a totally different thing that they've done for Apple. It's not the greatest looking sort of format, but yeah, it's just called Pinball Party. So I think it's by Zen. Pretty sure. So yeah, I'm just gonna see if I can get away with keep paying my $5 a month, because I'm really enjoying my mobile stuff now. So
I think I have access through the Google mobile Android package, their Play Store pack through Verizon, and I've never taken advantage of it. I've never actually activated it. I just don't play
It might
mobile games.
expire. It might expire. I don't know if it does expire.
Yeah, there's something to Verizon. It still says I can do it, and I've had it for a while, but I just don't really play any mobile games really.
Yeah, I usually don't either. But man, when I tell you, if I, when I do my super long day on Friday or whatever, I just can't, come sit down in this room and just, I'm gonna hardcore game on a Saturday or whatever. I'm usually in a lot of pain, sleeping, I'm old, Mayo, I'm an old man, so
right.
I need my rest. And, instead of watching so many YT vids or Twitch streams or whatever, I want a game, so, and that's what I've been doing, I mean, not to say that I don't game on Saturday or whatever on console, but, to have that focus in this chair, but like, oh man, it's like, cool. I can play some games on a decent sized screen, and
Gotcha.
it's been working out. And even at work, if there's a day where there's usually not, but if there's days, man, I'm like, I'm gonna go play some Star Wars, a couple battles, right? I can get in and get out, whatever, 15 minutes, boom. I'm already upgrading stuff. But anyway, I've talked enough, man. What have you been playing this week, if anything?
Oh man, I haven't really played a whole lot, Gunny. I played Rift Breakers like with you like as well. Again, the game really looks really good. It plays really well. It's fast paced, and the shooting feels good, and just it just seems like it's gonna be like a really good game. Haven't gotten real deep into it, but I did enjoy the little bit I played. So I definitely want to play more this week. But like I said, I definitely think this is a Jesus game. Like it just has his name written all over it. But
Nice.
I've been playing a lot of Apex. The arena mode. Now that I've kind of got my hands wrapped on that, and that mode's pretty fun. It's probably I almost like it better than the
Battle Royale.
The Battle Royale mode because you can get right in, get right out. I ended up playing a bunch of rank matches. So Jesus, it puts you in a game and it makes you play 10 games, and it will adjust your rank and then gives you a rank, and then pretty much hopefully it'll match make me with players of similar rank. Once I finally got all my matches in the other night, it put me in a group, and that group I was in with, we actually went. I bet we probably played, I don't know how many rounds. It gets to the point where it was sudden death. I'm not sure how many rounds that goes. So basically, you have to win 3 or win by 2 or win 3. I think it's win 3. And it kept like we would win 2, the other team would win 2, and we'd be tied. But you have to win by 2, so we would win the next one, and then the other team would win the next one. So then we're tied again, and then they say they would win the next game, so they're up 1, and then we would win the following one. Then finally the game was just like, all right, you're doing tiebreaker. Whoever wins this just wins, So then it became the last round, and each time you do play a round, you have a little more money to spend, and depending on how you played the round before, you can have more money coming in that round if you just buy pistols, or if you buy, say, you don't spend all the money that you have. Or when you go into the round, there's like those little canisters where you can actually, that you would use in the Battle Royale to craft. You can go up and activate those, and that gives your team money. And so you can try to go grab those for your team, so it gives you extra money for the next round that kind of helps you out and buy better weapons. And so basically, you get like a standard loadout. It's like if you pick the R301, if you click on it one time, you just buy the gun. You click on it again, it's going to give you like all white items. And then you click on it again, it's going to give you all blue items, So each time it costs you more money, you use one gun, have it fully kitted out, and you can go in there with that one gun. Or you can buy, just one upgrade on it, and then roll like with like a shotgun, so you have something to switch to, and have that upgraded like one time. and they can buy a couple of shield cells and stuff. So you can buy the bigger shield cells because you don't get those by default right away. You only have the small ones, so then you can buy a couple of the big ones. You can go in there and you have those big shield cells to use. But if you don't use them, they kind of stock up for your next round. So okay, I still have those. I can buy more the next time. So I've been enjoying it though. It's more fast paced. It gets you in the action more often. You're not spending a whole bunch of time just running around this map looking for items or looking for people only to lose and just drop all the items you just found for the next team that just beats you.
Right.
And it gives you that good practice in combat. Like if you find yourself in that game having a hard time with combat, I feel like this is a good area to practice in because it's just round after round. And you can get in there and just have 3 versus 3 fights as much as you want. So been enjoying that quite a bit. I do want to mention Jesus. I didn't mention it last week. I forgot. But the week before, I got to play some PUBG with Snickers and Cadillacs. And we got together and wanted to play this game and see like how much it's changed and see, like if this game has gotten any better or if this game is just completely dead. And we got in. The first thing we got into, we got on the new map, Jesus, and it was really different. It's like a little island with like a volcano. And like how you at the beginning when you jump out of the airplane, you get that little plane. It's like, and you're flying across and you see the map. On this map, it's a helicopter. And so you're flying across in this helicopter, and the map is really small. It's only like 62 people on a match. And it had a different feel to it. But once you got to the ground, it's typical PUBG. It feels really clunky picking up gear and attaching it to your gun. It's literally like, like clicking and dragging it over there, and you just feel really exposed, or like you could really get yourself in trouble if you spend too much time looting.
Yeah, because that just takes you into it covers your screen with a freaking...
Yeah, so it's changing your screen, and you're like, click as you're drag and dropping sometimes, and you're like, oh, clicking this over. So then you get your loadout, and she's something we did find funny that this game does now do. Cadillacs and Snickers both died in this one round. And like how when you're knocked and you're kind of like not maybe completely dead, but you're crawling and somebody can revive you or something like that. It had something like that now, but they could take the person that's crawling around, and they can pick him up and drag him around. So poor Caddy and Snickers got picked up and they dragged him into a building, and they were kind of like holding them, and they're like, "Oh no, what's he doing?
Like hostage?
He's dragging me into a closet," kind of thing. And I'm trying to like work my way over there. But yeah, so they were, and instead of just crawling around, that people can pick them up and move them. And so
really, so like
weird.
They can legit pick you up and like
and then so I'm like working my way to get to him because we were a little ways apart, right? And so I'm sneaking over, and then what happened? One of the guys that had killed Cadillacs picked Snickers up or Cadillacs up and had him like in his backpack or like attached to his back, and I could see him on my
like
screen
a mini-me
moving. And so I'm hiding behind a rock, and I see my teammate's little icon like moving to me. And so basically he comes around the corner and I try to light the guy up. I end up dying. But so basically you can somehow like take a person that's not dead completely, that's knocked, and basically wear them. And it shows them on the map and you can see like where they're moving around. So it could be like a trap. I mean, you could like as another person pick that person up, especially if they're not in voice together and not communicating. Say this guy was just in a random group.
Can you get him on a bike like ET or something? Or maybe
I'm sure you could probably just jump on a bike too and just drive him off, and you see your partner running across the map. Like,
help me,
as he's knocked. But that was something really different I haven't seen in a game where you can just literally move them around and drag them around. I know in Fortnite you can pick them up and shake them down. I think it is, and expose it to where their teammates are. It's kind of like a thing.
It's almost like Rainbow Six Siege. And Rainbow Six Siege is one character. There's just one character that she was one of the Brazilian operators that she that was her ability. She would run up to you if you were knocked. She could run up to you and interrogate you pretty much, and it would reveal your team's location.
Jesus, how dare you say something like that?
The other
Fortnite?
It would reveal that your team's location to the other team, pretty much, if you got interrogated.
Rainbow Six, man. Rainbow
Fortnite
Six.
would never copy anybody else's idea, Jesus.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't.
No,
Yeah.
a good wholesome company from Epic like Fortnite has never stole
God,
anybody's idea.
yeah.
They came up with Battle Royale on
Those
their
guys
own.
come up with that idea by themselves.
They came up with all that Marvel stuff on their own.
Sure.
They came up with their Among Us
Concerts
knockoff on their
with
own.
Ariana? Come on.
But they did come up with concerts on their own. I will give them that.
Did they though?
Wait,
has
somebody
anybody
else
else had
did
a
that.
video game concert?
Didn't WoW? I don't know. Who
I
did
don't
that?
know who else would have had a video game concert. I don't know.
I think that was pretty unique.
Was it though?
But for the most part,
gonna
they
look
seem
it
to
up.
like to
Who was the
throw
first
everybody's
one, though?
good
Who was
idea
the first,
in their game.
I'm sure we can
It
research.
would have to
We
be
don't wanna
like
give
for Half-Life or for a True Life game or whatever.
Oh, that does sound familiar.
I'm gonna look it up.
But
Yeah, but
okay, they did something unique. Wow. Whatever.
yeah, the one
Okay.
thing they'd done unique, which was
One thing.
big, it was nice, but I
They
mean,
just got a wish list on their updated on their fucking launcher, okay? Big deal.
yeah, finally,
Big
right?
deal, Epic.
But
Okay, Steam's been doing that
it's
forever.
it's only taken this long to get a wish list on the Epic store. You know, you think you'd have that like early on, but okay.
Ooh. We have some exciting Epic news later too.
Oh, do we?
It's really exciting.
Oh,
No, it's I'll wait for it. I don't want to spoil it. No, oh wait, never
Well-
mind. It's not good. It's not good.
well, that's pretty much all I've been playing though. Mainly it have been Apex and that little bit of Rip Breakers I played. Like I said, I want to get back into Rip Breakers. I'd love to play this on my OLED on the Xbox. Actually, I think it would be fun to play in the living room. The controller seemed okay with the controller. They might be a little better on the PC with mouse and keyboard, but I was just kind of a kickback mood, and so I used the controller on it, and they worked. But I feel like it could be pretty well played on the mouse and keyboard. So
Yeah, I feel like
check it out.
I feel like I could play this with a mouse and keyboard game.
And for the community that has Game Pass that can play this, they should definitely check it out. Give it a shot, even if it's not your kind of game. It has that, like I said, like Gunny said, it's a twin stick shooter as well. So it does have its action. It just has its points of base building in between. Check it out. I played it on PC as well, and I said max settings, runs really good, 100 frames. No issues with it, so.
Nice.
But that's it.
Well, I guess we're moving on now, Gunny.
Oh, you know what? Hold on, jeez. I did play some Back for Blood with Ryan Gibson. I forgot earlier this week. We did play a couple rounds. Now it is in fact true. There was something I heard, and I was like, nah, that can't be true. But there's no vote to kick option even on console, or apparently Game Pass. But I guess there is on the Steam version, because we experienced it. Because when we jumped in and we had somebody go AFK after like the first round and or the first map, because then you have to go and you get the option to go to the store and then buy your shit before you venture out the next door. But the guy was AFK, so he's way back at the fucking entrance. So we had to wait like the full 3 hours and 30 seconds for him to leave or whatever, just get kicked or, yeah. But there's no vote to kick. It was kind of screwed up.
What, you had to wait how long?
I think it was, I want to say it felt like forever. I think it was 3.5 minutes. Because there's a timer and it says, oh, you got to wait for the other people to literally walk fucking 8 feet to the chest or whatever, past an imaginary threshold. But the dude was AFK. The other person left already. So then what happened was then it adds 2 bots to your team. But I think I do want to say it's like a jump in, jump out feature. So we may have had 2 bots, but I think if there is somebody available, they can I want to say they can come in mid game. I actually don't remember if that was even a thing.
Didn't that happen with us, Jesus, with Braun? He jumped in mid game and he took over a bot spot.
Yeah, so I don't even think it has to even be from an invite. I'm just trying to remember if after that other people joined, but I guess we just did like 2 rounds or whatever. So I don't even think we did like a full chapter. But yeah, it's definitely very, very Left 4 Dead. I'll say that. And I like the big monsters are cool. Anything with big monsters in it, I just want to shoot them and throw grenades at them. Yeah, they're awesome. So that's all, man.
Nice.
That's all. I think we should go on to the news. Do some news time stuff.
It's news time.
Beep, beep, beep.
Welcome
News time.
to the news. Well, ladies and gentlemen, first piece of news that I have here is God of War. As you may know, Mayo, or you may not know, God of War is now coming to the PC.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. But it is not being developed by Sony as a port. It is another studio working on the port. The same studio that worked on Orcs Must Die. It will be working on this. Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't sound promising, but
It's called Jetpack Interactive. It's the studio that worked on
how hard can a port be though?
I don't know. Who knows, Gunny? Who knows?
It probably won't support ray tracing at first. It's one of those things.
Maybe.
Yeah, it probably won't. 'Cause, I mean, they really didn't have much in there, so they would have to add it to it.
Why?
So
Why wouldn't? I'm just
it's probably
curious
just
why
gonna be
they
a
would.
direct port.
Okay, so why would they outsource something to a company like that? Why wouldn't they just do it themselves? Is it money? Is it just they don't know what? Yeah, what is the reasoning behind it? It doesn't explain.
Maybe
I know this happens more than often, but
maybe it's time. Maybe Sony's not completely committed to wanting to put a bunch of their staff into remaking this on PC, or not remaking, but porting it over to PC. So we'll let somebody else do it, or maybe they just know other people who are more familiar with the PC could do it better than they could. Maybe I'm not really sure, but
Gears of War Ragnarok. Okay, that makes more sense that they want to focus all their resources on Ragnarok, the up and coming game. Yeah. I have a theory, guys. I don't think we've ever discussed it here, but I do have a theory. So, and one of those theories is that, and this is nothing I've even heard on like a Sacred Symbols or anywhere else, but I'm sure it's been brought up. But I always think about like, as we know, Sony doesn't do much as far as like, they're not going the whole Microsoft route of, hey, we're going to do our own little stupid launcher, but we're also going to be doing the Steam thing, going forward. I would say recently, let's just say within the last 3 years or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, there's been games, right? They're third party that, that people think are Sony owned, but they're not. And that's why they do come out on Steam or Epic or wherever the fuck they come out. But I was thinking about like something like Sony Santa Monica or the other studios that Sony owns. I can also look at studios like, what's that one that's Microsoft has owned forever? The Sea of Thieves. What's that one called? Rare. There you go. There's a good example, right? They started on PC, on Steam, before even being acquired by Xbox. But I always think about like, okay, they got their own budget, right? They're not wholly owned by themselves, but they do have their own budget. They do want to make, more money, right? So I always think they do pitch these ideas, even like a Sony Santa Monica. I'm sure somebody over there said, hey, look, is there any way we can get this on, over to Xbox or whatever. The other guys, right? Hell, can we even put this on like the Switch? Can we get it on Steam? Obviously a no-go for whatever reason, contractual or whatever it might be. I know they say that this was a Major League Baseball decision or something, but I think they just, it's not so much they want to share the game with other companies, but it's more of a more money, man, more money in the bank, to make more games. So just a thought, a theory. So
in other news, Gunny, Warner is reportedly making a Smash Brothers style game with Batman and Gandalf.
Batman and
What a weird
Gandalf. I'm just trying to think of trying to put those two together.
Warner Brother Games is developing or reportedly working on a Smash Brothers style fighter called Multiverses. This will feature characters from various IPs that it owns. According to a Reddit report corroborated by journalist Jeff Grubb, further credibility was given to the claims following the discovery of trademark filing by Warner Brothers, which was registered last month for a game called Multiverses. The Reddit post claimed this weekend that the game was being handled by Mortal Kombat developer NetherRealm Studios and is based on Super Smash Bros. And is a tag team game. And, apparently, according to the Multiverses claim, the list of characters in the Multiverses Mayo includes Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, which is apparently owned by WB.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Gandalf from Lord of the Rings. Tom and Jerry from Tom and Jerry. Batman. Fred Flintstone. Mad Max. And Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo, yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh my god, this is like the most random fucking list I've ever seen ever.
Could you imagine seeing Tom fight Shaggy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Gandalf fighting Johnny Bravo or Batman.
Or Gandalf fighting Fred Flintstone.
Apparently, Warner Brothers has mixed its IPs a number of times in the past. So there's currently they own currently the Lego Movie, Batman, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Scooby-Doo, Gremlins, the Goonies, and
NBC
Beetlejuice.
Universal.
Yeah, they've also acquired Austin Powers, The Matrix, Casablanca, Mad Max, and the entire DC universe in the past few years.
I guess they have a list of characters they can pull from. I guess. I mean, this is kind of like that Nickelodeon game.
Neo and Scooby-Doo. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Is this the next wave? Because that Nickelodeon game is getting a little bit of traction. Is
that the next thing now? Why can't all these companies just get together and make one big game where you have all these cross things going on? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be interesting. Probably licensing, probably.
Yeah, I think that would be. It would be more of the.
I think it's a money thing.
Yeah, but the new Nickelodeon game, it's missing some major characters, and I'm sure they're going to be DLC. But that's getting a lot of popularity right now. There's some streamers playing it quite a bit. They've been doing tournaments with it, so and it's something you don't see many of. You don't see too many games like Smash Brothers out there, and.
No, there's like clones on both consoles that I've seen, even on Steam.
But
there's
nothing put together real well with known characters, probably like these guys. Like these people, like Nickelodeon or Warner Brothers, can throw these characters out there we all know. And like we were kind of laughing, but having Gandalf and Shaggy and Scooby Doo. Say you even had Scooby Doo in there. Like I said, Scooby Doo fighting Jerry or Scooby Doo fighting Batman. It's just crazy enough, but then it's also kind of entertaining enough that it could work. Another one would be what like they mentioned their animation. You could have like the Animaniacs was another one. I think it was Warner Brother. So I mean, you have some room where you can make some stuff.
Yeah,
That's
and
true.
I think I'd like to see something like that. I would definitely. I don't know. Would I personally buy it or play it? Probably not. But I'd probably watch a lot of it on Twitch or something like. Yeah, especially it
The only
involves all
reason I
these
haven't bought the
characters.
Nickelodeon one yet myself is I wasn't very good at the Smash Brothers. My son likes them and he plays them, and
Yeah.
he watches them quite a bit and he plays it quite a bit. But I don't play it that much.
Yeah, it's too chaotic for me.
I can never get with the jumping very well. Like it's like pushing up all the time to jump instead of a button. Maybe if I remapped it, it would be better. But
Not a
not
boomer
much.
game. Not a boomer
Yeah,
game.
not much of a Smash Brothers player myself. But I like the idea of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep.
Jesus, are you ready to go out and buy a new Switch yet?
No.
New screen.
One of these new OLED
New
switches. Are you ready to buy one of
upgraded
those?
version.
No. Why?
I don't know. Maybe it's being talked now that the new OLED models are getting low ratings on screen durability scratch tests.
Oh my God! What happened?
So on New Life magazine, they got an article up saying the Switch OLED models rate a 2 out of 10. Jesus, on screen durability.
2 out of
scratch tests.
10. What?
Oh, 2 out of 10.
2? Wait, what? 2 out of 10?
2. A 2.
That's like nothing. Wait, is this
So-
by my dude Jerry Breaks Everything or whatever his name is?
It is a Jerry Rig everything.
Yeah, Jerry Breaks Everything.
So this article is saying it says the Switch OLED has been out for a handful of weeks now, and if you haven't already applied the screen protector, you really should, Jesus. It says while Nintendo claims the screen is made out of glass, YouTube channel Jerry Rig Everything has now put the new screen to the test, and he only got 2 out of 10 from scratch protection, which makes it vulnerable as plastic. Because he gave it a 2 out of 10 that's just rated as vulnerable as plastic. But he says
Yeah.
we can lay out a more scale of hardness, which helps us differentiate between materials. Levels 2 or 3 would be plastic, 5 or 6 would be glass, 8 or 9 would be sapphire. Unfortunately, what we're seeing here scratches at the level 3 with deeper grooves at level 4, which means the new OLED screen has a surface layer of plastic. Jesus.
That's kind of sad, man. You know what I mean? Like, it really is. Damn. Because that's really low. I mean, usually when Jerry Rig, when he does videos on phones and whatnot, and like tablets or whatever, they usually rate about a 6. Usually, maybe the minimum will be a 6 or a 7. But some go up to like an 8 or a 9, like some iPhones and some Androids do go up that fucking high. Yeah. E2, it's really, really low. Like,
Yeah, it is crazy. So right away he says although a Switch includes its own layer of protection in a form of an anti-scratching adhesive film, he says this won't do much when it all comes to regular everyday use. So it's advisable to purchase a proper screen protector to minimize scratch damage. So I think right away, like docking this thing could be an issue. I remember that was an issue with the last Switch. I remember when I bought mine. That was the first thing I did. I bought a screen protector and put one of those suckers on it because I knew it was going to be docked and picked up and put down quite a bit.
yeah.
So I would say if you don't have one on your new OLED, I would maybe get one and keep that thing protected.
I agree.
But yeah.
Anyways,
Anyways,
let's move on to some more news now.
Oh,
Epic Games. Gunny.
my favorite.
What the fuck did I do here? Oh, okay, there we go. Epic Games has ended alternate Friday vacation policy, which is angering their staff. Epic Games is ending a pandemic-inspired policy of granting every other Friday off for its employees. An internal Slack channel was filled with pleas from employees for the game publisher to reconsider their stance. Several people said the extra vacation days had helped their mental health, Gunny, allowed them to be better parents, and even had improved their productivity while working on updates for Fortnite, which is obviously one of the world's most popular games. Epic said the policy was always meant to be temporary and that the company's goal was to allow employees and contractors to take paid time off on their own schedules. The company also closes for 2-week breaks in the summer and winter. And it says here, right now, we're seeing lots of Fridays off for deep work and lots of people who must work Fridays anyways. Chief Operating Officer Daniel Vogel wrote in an email to the staff reviewed by Bloomberg. This meant that many people were not benefiting from this policy equally. But in a survey of 581 employees reviewed by Bloomberg, 93% of them said that they had found the alternating Fridays off to be extremely beneficial, and 61% said they felt worried, guilty, or stressed when taking separate vacation days. Almost 90% of the employees said they wanted to keep Fridays off as a standard, Mayo. I bet they would. But yeah,
I mean, the poor guys have to work every Friday. Can you imagine Jesus having to work every Friday?
Every Friday, though? That's horrible.
My God.
How do they do it?
Oh, my God.
Hours.
How do they do it?
I work 15 to 16 every
I work every Friday, Saturday, Sunday. How do I do it? I'm going to tell my work that, you know what? Fuck you guys. I don't want to work Fridays.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm sure it'll work.
For my mental health.
I'm sure they'll tell me that it's fine. They go, oh, Jesus, it's okay.
Why would they not, Jesus? They're like, yeah, it's fine, Jesus. Just take every other Friday off.
We'll just make sure that every other person picks up your slack, and you get every other Friday off.
You know, this is one of those. I get it, man. If they had started like Jesus, you used to have Fridays off, if you remember, right? Your last job.
My last job.
And then it was like, boom, now you had that funky schedule.
Dude,
I'm sure.
My last job, I had the entire weekend off. I had Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off.
Yeah, and my current schedule it's always mostly been Saturday, Sunday, Monday, but, with the whole truck driver shortage, it hasn't been that way. But, yeah, it's, especially during the pandemic. Oh, here's a good example. Do you you remember getting COVID pay? Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that, Mayo? We used to get whatever it was, because we're all Teamsters here, right? It was like whatever, $2 more an hour or something crazy, or
right.
$3, it was like nice. It was a nice paycheck. It was like some sort of hazard bonus pay we were getting. I don't know how long that lasted, a month, 2 months, or whatever. But then they were like, yeah, we're taking that away or whatever. That kind of sucked, man, because I was like, damn, I was really enjoying that extra money for games, But yeah, this will be a non-issue in a couple weeks. Whatever, just a normal work week,
A lot of people will be non-issue in general, but it's just crazy. The getting every other Friday off. I mean, it'd be great, but of course they're going to be unhappy when you take it away. You give somebody something, and they get used to it, and then you want to take it away. Of course, they're not going to be happy. I don't think Jesus will ever be, once he got every Friday off, if his work turned around and said, all right, Jesus, you need to start coming in every Friday now. I don't think he's going to be too happy about that.
No.
I'm pretty sure he's not going to go, yay, I'm working every Friday now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you can expect him to be mad, but it's just kind of hard when you give him a feature like that, and then you take it back away. Of course, it's going to make people unhappy.
I'm sure it's going to be that way for people that eventually have to go work in offices or whatever, commute on highways and bridges and trains, and and oh God, I gotta get on the fucking train again and pay money to get on the train, and sit with all these nasty people, who are coughing in my face all the way to the office. It's gross. How have I put up with this for so many years,
Right.
I want to telecommute. That's what I'm going to tell my boss. I'm not driving that. I'm going to telecommute to my truck driving job.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
I'm just saying, stop crying about it, whatever, man. Fucking go get back to work, people. Get back to fucking bunch of pussies. Oh, the work Fridays. Stop crying.
We got some more sniveling employees, don't we?
Yes.
Wait, my work's set up. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, what were you saying, man? Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, just back at my work, it's everybody has to work a weekend. Everybody works a weekend day. No matter how long you've been there, every schedule is either Sunday to Wednesday or Wednesday to Saturday. So I don't care if you've been there for 30 years, you're probably gonna have to work a weekend.
Oh, it's called fair? Is that what it is, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but pretty much. I mean,
then I agree.
You just got to pick your working day. If you've been there a long time, you get to pick which day you want it to be. So. But anyways, Jesus, what do we got about unhappy employees?
More of them?
Ubisoft employees are now upset with the lack of communication on misconduct reports. That's right. Despite assurances from Ubisoft that it has made major changes to its reporting processes after last year's wave of reports detailing sexual misconduct tolerated at the company, a number of former and current employees say the publisher is still not handling claims appropriately, Gunny. Today, stories from 9 current or former Ubisoft employees who said the publisher still mishandles employees' complaints. One made a report through one of Ubisoft's multiple anonymous reporting systems, but said they had never even heard back about that case or were even asked questions about it. One person said they had to repeatedly call and email the external firm Ubisoft had hired to review employee complaints to even get an answer, only to be told weeks later that they would not investigate the case, with no reason given as to why not. Another tried reporting their case through multiple avenues, only to be repeatedly told it would be investigated and pushed up to the chain of command, but they never received any actual updates about how their case was even resolved. One person said this: I suddenly began to understand the response some veteran Ubisoft devs gave me when I tried to recruit them to come forward about similar issues. It was always some variation of the same thing happens every few years. I've reported a number of things with witnesses and proof, and either nothing was done or person X was never promoted or moved. It's sad, and if it's an intentional way of burying this stuff, it's working. That's one employee said. Regardless of their employees' dissatisfaction with the reporting system, Ubisoft has now set up. The publisher has told some of them that it will not tolerate them going public with their problems. Ubisoft Montreal director Christophe Derenz, who stepped into the role after previous holder of Ubisoft Canada CEO Yannis Mallat left the company in the wake of last year's scandals. And he says, as you know, your experiences and the information you have access to while working in the studio are privileged, Gunny, and cannot be shared outside the studio, Duran's wrote. Obviously, this does not prevent journalists from trying to contact you. If that happens, we ask you to forward the request to our media relations officer. It is the right thing to do, but it's also a commitment you made under the Code of Conduct, the anti-leak policy, and your employment contract. So some people are saying that Ubisoft is trying to hide all this sexual stuff going on.
The keep your mouth shut contract.
Or just trying to keep everything quiet, yeah.
Which is sad, man, because, I've said in the past of this podcast years ago and even, recently, that Ubisoft was one, it was one of my favorite game publishers. It really was. They made some of my favorite games. They made Rainbow Six, they made all the Tom Clancy games. They made, Assassin's Creed. They made really great games all around. Mm-hmm. But as of recently, man, that company, I feel like it's really gone to shit. Their games are just not delivering. Like Far Cry 6, like I said earlier, it's just not really hooking me, And their last few Assassin's Creed games It's just they're not doing it for me, you know. And even like the new Rainbow Six Quarantine, like I may get it, but to be honest, I'm not hyped for it. Like,
you know what? Expect that on Game Pass, Jesus. I think, you know what I'm saying?
No,
like, I don't know. I think that's more of a wait for.
I don't expect Quarantine on. Ubisoft doesn't put their games on Game Pass. I don't expect Quarantine.
They don't. I don't know. Do they? I can't remember if they do or not.
I don't expect Quarantine on Game Pass. I'll be getting it on the PC and if anything, anyways. But like I'm not. Like, I don't know, man. Like, as of recently, like, Ubisoft has really... I feel like it's dropped the ball, you know? Like, they don't give a fuck anymore. Like, they're just like, whatever, you know? We're going to make all of our franchises are going to become free-to-play. We're making The Division a free-to-play game. We're making Assassin's Creed free-to-play. We're making all these games free-to-play. And it just
They're trying to chase that get a user base and then try and get them for DLC and stuff.
It doesn't make any sense. When they've had really great franchises in the past that sold gangbusters.
Maybe it's not working for them, Jesus. Baby, you know, unfortunately, it works for people like me and you. And hopefully you, I don't know. It's outside of the realm of the sexual harassment thing, which we'll come around to in a minute. But I do remember that CEO who seemed a little immature, the one that's actually out in France or whatever, where he was kind of trolling. You know, he was trolling us with the Splinter Cell thing and a couple of E3s ago, maybe several. But I was like, that was dick move, man. I was butthurt. I will agree. I was like, you asshole. Like, he tricked us, you know? Like, whatever. He tried to, you know, he thought he was, whatever, trying to hype it up or, you know, or say, yeah, there's going to be one. And then he was like, psych. It never happened, you know?
About what?
And I was like, what a jerk, you know? Especially coming from the CEO on that one.
But about what?
About Splinter Cell, a new Splinter Cell game. That was like 3 years ago.
I don't remember.
I want to say it was three E3s ago. 2020? 2019?
Ubisoft's fucking...
What a jerk.
Fuck Ubisoft. Fuck you. I'm tired of their
but yeah, like the Ghost Recon game, last one was, yeah, pretty lackluster. I don't know, Jesus, did you see that new trailer for that whatever freaking new snowboarding and bike riding game? I watched it yesterday.
I don't know.
Or Saturday.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. It looks decent. It's probably something I'll pick up, but it definitely seems more multiplayer focused. As far as like you can hang glide and ride a bicycle and
Riders Republic, dude. You do whatever you want in that game, and this.
It's more of a playground.
To me, it's just like steep. It's gonna fail. But whatever. Moving on now. FaZe Clan has now gone public with a $1 billion valuation, Mayo. That's right. Gaming and esports outfit FaZe Clan has announced a merger with special purpose acquisition company B. Riley Principal that will see the firm go public on the NASDAQ. That's right. As part of this merger, the company will receive approximately $291 million, which will be used to, quote, fund organized and inorganic growth across content, gaming, entertainment, consumer products, and the metaverse. Upon closing this contract, FaZe Clan is now expected to have an implied equity valuation of approximately $1 billion. It will change the name to FaZe Holdings Incorporated and will be listed as FaZe on the stock exchange. That's fucking nuts, dude. A $1 billion valuation. That is huge.
Yeah, it is. I find it kind of funny that they're changing their name on there as from FaZe Clan to the what was it? What did you say it was?
FaZe LLC or something?
FaZe Holdings Incorporated.
FaZe Holdings. Yeah. So yeah, I wonder if they don't want the word clan in there. You know, like
well, they probably don't. Yeah, yeah.
That's cool. I was I do watch some of them on Twitch, Jesus. I watch them on there.
FaZe Clan stock, I guess. I'm trying to look here how much their stock is going to cost at launch.
So it'll start at $1 billion. How long before it's like $5 billion? Do you think?
Not that long. I mean, To be honest, not that long. Companies are
Probably the first week.
No, a little bit. It'll take a few months. Like there's a limit to what stock companies can launch at when they go public.
As far as like price per share, you mean?
Yes,
I don't know that.
Yes, there is a limit. I think there's.
I'm turning in my Dogecoin.
There's a limit to that, and I wonder what that limit was, because I know Facebook was like at the top of their limit when they.
Yeah, that was huge. I remember that.
Yeah. I think it was like $38 or something like that, 38 or 39 or some ridiculous amount like that. Because I know Facebook, that's what it was at when it first went public. But if you would have bought a bunch of Facebook stock at $38 right now, you'd be very happy, because right now their stock is worth like $400 a piece. So if you would have bought one share at $38 when they went public, right now you would have $400.
Yeah.
Or whatever the fuck. And then if you would have bought a shitload of those shares when they went public, right now you would have a lot of money, because you would have just made all that profit. But I wonder what they're going to launch at phases. Some companies choose to launch at a lower price point than other companies. They don't choose to
I'm going to go with
highest.
I'm going to go with the average 9.
No, I think that phase will launch at a higher price. I think they'll launch like at near 30. I think they will. I think they'll go for 30 or higher than that for their stock.
I mean, if you look at like some of the, richest companies, like half of them are involved in video gaming. So,
I don't think that matters. This is not a gaming
this is a game.
It's not about gaming. It's about the sports, and this is
esports style.
This is not about video games. They don't give a fuck about video games. The people buying into this, the owners of this FaZe Clan, they don't care about video games. They care about marketing the sport of video games.
Mm-hmm. Sure, but still involved. Still a part of it.
The sport of playing the game, not the fucking game itself. They don't care about the game. You can play any game as long as the game is being competitive and you can compete against other people. That's what they fucking care about. But we'll see what goes on with that. I expect as soon as FaZe Clan goes live on the stock market to have, I don't know, some kind of, maybe the Call of Duty League will go public on the fucking stock market, or someone else will go public. It's going to happen. Every league and everything that you have ever played in the esports will be part of the stock market once the FaZe Clan goes live on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like League of Legends. Madden. League of Legends will be a stock market entity thing, where like it'll be called League of Legends or Esports fucking Arena LLC or something, or whatever the fuck. Anyways, in other news, Amazon will be banning new world players who are exploiting the gold duplication bug. That's right, some new world players are now exploiting a recently discovered bug that allows gold to be duplicated in massive quantities. In the hours since the exploit was discovered, Amazon has now issued a statement reminding players that intentionally exploiting bugs like this is against the game's code of conduct, and the offenders will be banned. The exploit was discovered following the release of the update 1.0.3, which finally brought the server transfers to the popular MMO. So yeah, don't get banned.
Don't do it.
Whatever.
Play vanilla, man.
Whatever. I don't care. In other news, moving on to some more news here. The scalpers have struck again, guys.
Uh-oh. Now what they do?
They're now causing the Xbox Series X mini fridge to sell out in minutes.
Damn it.
And prices have now reached $300. That's right. The Xbox Series X mini fridge became available to pre-order earlier this week at a reasonable price of $99. Now,
no, that is pretty reasonable.
Only at Target though, which is a stupid thing.
That is kind of odd.
As expected, scalpers have now capitalized on the opportunity to profit from a sizable markup. And U.S. retailer Target saw their stocks levels deplete immediately. In a similar state of affairs over in the United Kingdom, where retailer Game, the exclusive supplier of the mini fridge in the region, set pre-orders to go live at 2 p.m., and just 10 minutes later, customers took to Twitter to express their annoyance that they were already sold out.
Yeah.
On marketplaces like eBay, those who managed to grab a pre-order were listing them between $250 and $300. Similarly, on eBay UK, prices are approaching the €300 mark, or the £300 mark. Xbox social marketing manager Josh Stein confirmed that additional stock would arrive upon the launch of the mini fridge sometime in December. And Xbox Games marketing head Aaron Greenberg echoed that statement. And he also said furthermore that Microsoft will continue to expand the regional availability of the fridge during 2022. And so, yeah.
They better be shipping mine over on a plane because there's still like 80 boats out there, isn't there? On the coast or port of Los Angeles and Oakland and Seattle. I don't know how Seattle looks, but you guys can't do mega ships up there, but they better just ship my shit over, fly it via plane, man. Assuming they're making this in Taiwan or China. I want my fridge. I want it this holiday. And I'm not paying a penny over $99 for this thing.
It seems really cheap to me. $99 for the mini fridge. Is it really, really small?
What does it hold? 8, 10 cans?
12.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I anticipated it being smaller.
Yeah, well, were they sending like real life-size ones to The Rock? Dwayne Johnson or whatever his name is? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember seeing some videos of those.
Where the fuck is my real life-size fridge, mother? Give me my fridge, man. I'm the X-Bot over here, not Dwayne. Fill that thing full of Red Bulls and iced coffees. Do that Xbox. I'll take a week off and stream Xbox games or whatever. How about that?
Right.
People want to see it, you know?
Right. It'd be kind of neat if it was like the same size as your Xbox and you just sat it beside your Xbox while you're gaming and you had the two little towers there like beside each other.
Yeah, that would be neat, huh? Oh, and apparently it does have a USB charging port. Plug something else into it.
Interesting. What else you got for us, Jesus?
In other news, Guardians of the Galaxy is releasing soon, right?
Yeah, this week.
Yeah.
Today? Tomorrow?
Very soon, yeah. When does it release? When the fuck does it release, Gunny?
I thought I saw the 26th on somebody's post. Not without researching, but
I'm gonna wait on. I think I mentioned I'm gonna wait on reviews on that one, so it's not gonna be a day one pickup for me.
October 26th, so tomorrow.
Yep.
Well,
So
let me tell you something.
It unlocks. It's already unlocked. It should be available as we speak.
Today for me is now the 26th.
Well, Gunny, have you ever wanted to play as any of the Guardians of the Galaxy characters?
Yeah. Besides Star-Lord, who else can I play?
Well, yeah.
Everybody wants to be Groot.
Anyways, apparently this game is really fucking good. The reviews are coming in hot. They're saying this could be the surprise hit of 2021. It could be one of the best games this year. It is funny. It is great. Reviews are giving it high scores, Gunny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
It's so high that I'm going to buy it.
You know, I think it's... See, that's the thing, man. You look at a game and you're like, I don't know about that. And then you play it. You're like, oh my God, a totally different experience, right? Whether it's a good or a bad one.
Yeah, most people are saying that it is actually a really, really good game that THQ and whoever the fucking published this or whoever made
I mean, the
Square Enix,
Spider...
Square Enix,
I almost said
not
Spider-Man,
THQ.
but the last game they made was Marvel, you know. It was I mean, it was okay, but up into a point, actually.
It actually looks really. You know what? I think I'm gonna buy this and play this. Not gonna lie, like it. People are saying that it's really good. I'm gonna play this. I made up my mind. I'm buying it. I'm in, motherfuckers. What's up?
All right, winner. Let's do it.
What else do we have in news here? Another news. Yeah, I'm in. Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm in. I thought I wasn't gonna be in, but I'm fucking in. GTA Grand Theft Auto has released the trailer for the remastered trilogy, Mayo. That's right, Mayo. You can play Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and Grand Theft Auto Vice City in the stunning new remastered trilogy by Rockstar with game improvements such as improved graphics and improved controls with improved textures, more vibrant colors, better lighting, high resolutions, better character models, and a brand new weather system installed into all games. That's right, Mayo. Are you excited for this?
I would like to get my opportunity to go back and play Vice City again. I really liked Vice City.
Vice City was dope, brother.
So yeah, I would say I'm excited. I think it'd be neat if they could do Vice City with some ray tracing, with all the the neon and that '80s feel, that Miami '80s feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That could be that one being enjoyable.
I fucking love that feel. That game was dope.
Probably my favorite one of the series.
For which game?
The Vice City Grand Theft Auto.
Oh yeah, saw that. Okay, cool. Take it. Can't remember if I like that or San Andreas more.
I did like in San Andreas where your character could get like heavy set, or like be worked out. You get muscular and stuff. That was kind of an interesting aspect. I think it was the one, right?
Which one?
The one
San
where
Andreas?
in San Andreas, your character could get like heavy set if you like drove the car all the time, or you didn't walk, or if you worked out, you could get like bulky. That was kind of a neat concept in the game.
Just run to all your missions. That'd be funny. Jesus, you see the new Halo campaign trailer?
No.
They didn't really show Craig the Brew. They just showed everybody in armor. Like with facial hoods on.
Nope.
You sound excited for this, Jesus.
Nope.
You should watch it, Jesus. I got halfway through it, but
I don't care for Halo. I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not. You know what, Gunny? I'm not even gonna play Halo.
What? Dude, all you got to do is download it or just cloud play it.
It's gonna be free.
Yeah, it's included in a subscription you fucking pay for.
Nope, I don't care. I don't want it.
Okay, fine with that stuff. Just play the multiplayer because that's probably what I'll do. Because I don't care about the single player stuff either.
No, I don't want it. I don't want any of it. Fuck Halo. Halo's trash.
What if it has ray tracing in it? Jesus?
He'll be all over that Battlefield dick, man. All over it.
I don't care if it has ray tracing, man. Battlefield will have ray tracing too,
Yeah.
So I don't care. What else? Oh, let me tell you something here. Speaking of Guardians of the Galaxy, on the PS5, this game comes in at a whopping only 31 gigabytes, Gunny.
No.
A little under 32.
31 gig. That's like an indie game, right?
On the Xbox Series S, it comes in at about 43 gigabytes. On the PS4, it comes in at 60 gigs. And on the PC, it comes in at 80 gigabytes. This is due to PlayStation's next-gen technology that allows them to compress files specifically on the PS5, and you can compress files a certain way on the PS5 that you can't do on anything else. That can let developers make their games way smaller on the PS5. So, yeah, what's up, fucking losers?
Oh, yeah.
What's
What
up
about
now?
Nintendo? Nintendo can seem to compress the crap out of their games.
PS5 gang bitches, what's up now, Gunny? Fucking losers.
Damn. We don't even get our Spider-Man. We're still not getting our Spider-Man.
I'm on Xbox. I like Xbox. Yeah, what's up now?
Yeah, look, Jesus, I have three
hobos.
games installed right now on my Series S.
If you had a PS5, you could have 10 games installed. But no.
I probably could, yeah. without an external hard drive. But not Call of Duty though.
Right now, Jesus, I'm looking up the biggest games on the Switch. What do you think the largest game on the Switch is? I think we went through this.
You did. We mentioned it last week.
That was NBA 2K.
You want to test my memory?
Yeah, it was NBA 2K20 at a whole whopping, basically we'll call it 33 gigs. Jesus. So how can the Switch make all these games and make them so small?
Because they leave out a lot of shaders and assets, I think. I don't know. I just made that up. But you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Especially when you look at something like...
good graphically.
Yeah. All the graphic enhancements are gone. Stripped out of the Nintendo Switch.
But yeah, that's one thing I always thought about the Switch that was kind of nice is like when I was buying games, they would just like fit on the Switch pretty easily. Well,
I think so what was the last CEO or whatever? He's like, the games are coming, right? And he delivered on that promise, right? But I think a lot of it is, especially when it goes to the developers, right? Like, whoever it might be with third-party stuff, they're like, look, man, can you just dumb this down, please? We'll pay you, okay? No, Nintendo didn't do that, but whatever deals they got in place. I saw it. Remember, I had the Switch. Yeah. I mean, indie games work great on it. It doesn't need any dumbing down like, one of your favorites. And
Dead Cells.
Dead Cells look fine. Yeah, that worked perfectly well. And yeah. Of course, I had all the first-party stuff, so all that stuff always looked good.
What else you got for us over there, Jesus? Got any more?
I'm drunk.
Or great news, nothing that I saw that was up and coming.
Age of Empires 4.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a thing.
Getting good reviews. Coming to Game Pass. Excited?
No. Honestly, no.
No. Okay.
I mean, I'm not a RTS guy, but I'll try it out. I know we have people in our community. They're like, "Oh my god, this game's going to be pretty cool." So, who knows if we'll even see like a console port of this or release. So it's mainly on PC.
I need some more drink. Shots, people. Shots. Shout out. Shots.
Let's see here.
In other news, oh man, fuck, that's rough. Fuck, that shot really fucking god damn. Payday 3 developer, game director, Mayo Gunny, said that the game's setting will be set in New York City, as opposed to the Washington area that was set in Payday 2. They have also now said that this New York City rendition will be enormous. And they have not said that the game will be either open world or sandbox yet. So, like, last two Paydays, we've had both Paydays be a little bit more sandbox than... No, not... I guess they were more level, right? Like, Payday 1 was very like straight up, like you're in this one level. Payday 2 was more like...
I remember the first one.
Payday 2 was more like you're in this level, but it is a little bit more sandbox. It's a little bit bigger than usual, you know. You got a little bit different options you can do here. Payday 3, they're saying that they haven't chosen what it's going to be like. But Payday 3 will see the return of the original 4 characters, Mayo, Dallas, Hoxton, Chains, and Wolf. And according to a director, it says that circumstances have led them to restart their life of crime, leading to their new heist in Payday 3. It says here there will be lots of changes. A particular note of change to take into this game would be that they will somehow try to steal like cryptocurrency and shit.
That's funny.
The developer said that due to the rise of like cryptocurrencies and digital shit and the dark web and all that, that they will like include that into the game. So like there will be like maybe a mission or few missions where you have to steal, instead of actually stealing fucking money from like a bank or something, you'll be stealing cryptocurrency. That's kind of funny, right? Like, I actually look forward to playing Payday 3. I mean, they're saying that Payday, this is the 10th anniversary for the first Payday, dude.
Wow, it doesn't seem that old.
Doesn't seem that old.
In a way,
right?
you know?
Payday 2 is old.
I know they've been around for a long time, but it doesn't, you know, makes me feel old, I guess.
Payday 1 has been a long time. Anyways.
Anyways. Okay. It's time to drink some water, Jesus. You look like ready to go to sleep there, my friend. Man.
There's nothing else for news, man. Like, literally, GTA was the only big news this week that like, everyone's saying, like, oh, GTA is coming out. One big thing that they did say is that GTA San Andreas will be coming to the Game Pass. And on the PlayStation for PS Plus members, they will be getting GTA 3 Remastered. So GTA 3 Remastered is coming to the PlayStation. GTA San Andreas is coming to the Xbox players on the Game Pass.
We all win here. We all get something. I like it.
The shitty part is that nobody gets Vice City. Like, why the fuck couldn't it have been like Vice City goes to the PlayStation and I would have got that there? Or Vice City goes to the Xbox, I would have got it there. No. Nothing.
There's not something like they got something going to the fucking Rockstar launcher exclusively or something stupid.
Yeah. Fucking dumb. Also, Xbox is now reportedly developing a Wu-Tang theme RPG, Mayo and Gunny.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I was going to put that on. I saw Bill put that on. Or
Microsoft is reportedly developing a new video game based on the Wu-Tang Clan. That's right, the infamous hip-hop group that brought RZA, Ghostface Killah, and Method Man, and more East Coast music icons will feature heavily in the new action RPG, according to Windows Central. That's right. The new game, which is codenamed Shaolin, is reportedly in development at Brass Line Entertainment, a newer studio that focuses on, quote, fictional universes that center on black, brown, and other traditionally marginalized characters, cultures, and stories. The studio was funded by Manveer Air, which is the lead designer on Mass Effect 3, Brina Dabby Smith, which worked on Def Jam Vendetta and Sleeping Dogs, and Rashad Reddick, which was an artist on the Elder Scrolls Skyrim and Fallout 3. The studio lists collaborators such as the Grammy winner Just Blaze, which is a hip-hop producer for Jay-Z, Drake, and Beyonce, and writer Evan Narcisse, which is the writer for Rise of the Black Panther, in addition to a long history of video game journalism. Brass Line's first game, Corner Wolves, is described as a narrative fictional podcast following a young Afro-Latina woman as she adventures to the mid-90s Harlem to find her father's killer. which touches on subjects including drug wars, impact on black and brown communities. The game is reportedly a third-person fantasy RPG that will feature seasonal content and be an estimated couple dozen hours long. The game will also reportedly be a melee combat focused, and it will support up to 4-player co-op. And the game as a service aspects do not stop there. Players will be able to collect loot such as weapons and gear by completing procedural endgame dungeons or tailor-made events. It says here, actual Wu-Tang Clan fans will also be happy to hear that the group will create the game's soundtrack. So it says here that the Wu-Tang Clan will actually make the soundtrack for this. It says here, do not expect to hear too much about the game in the immediate future, though. Air tweeted last month that the studio was looking for a game designer to work on their unannounced project. The game's Shaolin codename is likely a reference to Wu-Tang Clan's frequent theme of Shaolin versus Wu-Tang martial arts style. Original members Old Dirty Bastard and RZA similarly adopted the group's name from the 1983 martial arts films Shaolin and Wu-Tang. And it says, several samples of which made it onto the group's first album, 36 Chambers. The group's first video game was also titled Wu-Tang Shaolin Style, which released back on the PlayStation 1 in 1999. Members of the group also appeared as themselves in the Def Jam wrestling games. So there's that.
Nice. I wonder if they've always been big gamers or something.
It must be, apparently they had a game. I didn't even know they had a game for the PS1. Apparently they...
No, what was it? It was like, it came out in 99?
Yeah, it says here it's called Wu-Tang Shaolin Style. It must have been like some kind of fighting game. And they were all, obviously they were in Def Jam, because I think every rapper at the time was in Def Jam, right? Like, remember those Def Jam games?
I remember when them came out. Yeah, that was really fun. Yeah, when they first came out with them.
Yeah, the rappers were all fighting each other or whatever. Like, those games were actually fun. Like, I actually enjoyed those.
There's an album, but okay, here we go. Yeah, it's on eBay.
Yeah.
$475, Jesus. $475.
For what?
For the fucking game, the PlayStation game, the Wu-Tang
game. The Wu-Tang game?
Yeah, $475 right
now. $475?
Is that like an unopened mint one or something?
Yeah, that's the brand new. Sorry. Pre-owned is $34.
Oh, okay. That's a huge difference. That's a huge
difference. You have to go straight to the extreme there.
God, Gunny, you went for a $500 fucking unopened game. Oh, man. But yeah, other than that, I'm hearing good things about Guardians of the Galaxy. All the news articles are pretty much Guardians of the Galaxy, like saying that the game is actually worthy of the MCU and that like Square Enix actually did a really good fucking job with this game and like they're saying that this game is actually fucking good.
Yeah, and it is based off like the comic books, which I'm fine with. I'm perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with the Marvel comic books, which I grew up with, by the way. Yeah, maybe not that one specifically, but
other than that, man, like
more Spider-Man.
Other news is that the Xbox Edge browser will support GeForce Now, and that's fucking really, really, really it. At this point, I think we're pretty much just waiting for releases, right? We're waiting for the release of, like I said, Guardians of the Galaxy. Going to be waiting on Battlefield at this point, but
and then Forza is around the corner.
Call of Duty's coming up next week, and we're waiting on all these big games coming out. So yeah,
the holidays are here.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's all I have, dude. There's no more fucking news. That's all I have.
All right. You guys know what time it is. It's console corner time, I think. Is that what it is? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same stuff from last week. Same exact thing. I didn't really update it, if anything, because we are ending the month of October. But PlayStation Plus, Mortal Kombat X, and PGA Tour 2K21 for your PlayStation 4 Plus membership, and Hell Let Loose for your PlayStation 5 people. So that is exclusive to the PlayStation 5. Over on the Xbox side of things, you've got this is for your gold and stuff. You have that hover game, and Yeah. So speaking of hover, it's definitely what's that? Something Jet Set Radio. I did play this earlier in the week, and it's definitely like a Jonathan Hall game. It's got like that retro music, and you're like you're on these. You can grind on
You gotta
rails.
be
like,
a little bit high to play this game. It's one of them Jonathan
a little
Hall
bit,
games.
definitely. Yeah, definitely get high. Take some of those orange.
Look, Jonathan is a
chili
changed
things.
man. Jonathan is a changed man, Gunny. How dare you?
Okay, sorry, he's reformed.
He's a
Not
Christian man.
reformed.
He's a Christian, godly man. He is a changed man now. Okay? How dare you?
But John, you gotta play this. It's on Game Pass, dude. Check this game out. The music is decent, I'll say. It seems to be looping the same fucking song over and over again. I get it, man. It's licensing and stuff. This is probably an indie studio, but the game is cool. It seems like man. You know what it seems like? Jesus, like it's almost like a little cyberpunky.
Oh.
I don't know what it is.
I like the sound
A little bit. There's a touch of some cyberpunk going on there. Steampunk, frostpunk, all that shit. Whatever. It's not super dark or anything, but yeah. Check that shit out. Arrow, yeah, I mentioned that. Resident Evil, Code Veronica, all your gold games for gold stuff. Claim all your free shit. Xbox Game Pass, pretty much the same. There's nothing really besides Rift Breaker and Back for Blood. I don't think there's anything that is anything that I downloaded besides Visage. So there's that. There is like a game that came over there that's worth playing.
I did notice on my PC it said like new to PC, and it was Outriders was on there. I'm like,
oh yeah,
that game's been out forever. And I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that did not include on the PC Game Pass. So that just now finally came in the PC version.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Which I did start playing on my console, but I think I'm gonna play it on the PC instead.
Oh yeah, I definitely play on the PC. The controls feel good on the PC.
Yeah, it was not a very good launch as far as maybe console stuff goes, but the game's solid, man. I definitely recommend it. Play with your friends on that one. Let's see. Yeah, both Back for Blood and the other game you mentioned. Epic Store. Your game over there for free is Among the Sleep. So apparently, Mayo, did you ever play this game?
No, it does not sound familiar.
So I was looking on there earlier, and apparently it was like this is like I don't know if it's an HD or just a remastered version of an older game, but where you play as a 2-year-old or something in a horror style type setting, but seem more like the house I'm in Visage, So, but you're a 2-year-old, and yeah, it's a scary, spooky game, I think. So
nice.
Yeah. Jello, why are you wearing 2 hats? Jesus, what's up with that, man?
I am a multi-hat.
There's no Dallas game on.
Oh,
No Cowboys game.
Well, fuck you, Gunny, okay? Thanks for reminding me, you motherfucker.
I saw you put that on Facebook. Damn it.
Sad.
We got some community questions over here.
All right, Connie. We got a question from Brian Tulip Jr.
Oh.
He says, what game in your mind should have a mercy rule to save time?
What do you mean?
Like a video game?
Well, I think if you think of like
what do you mean?
Say like in a sports game, a team was losing so badly, they pretty much just call the game. They're like, it's like a mercy rule, like, okay, this team's up by 10 touchdowns. You know what I mean? They're just gonna call the game.
You could do that. You could do that right now.
Well, yeah, I would say you could probably do that in some games. Like,
in Madden, you could do that. Like if you're playing online and you decide to quit, it'll tell you like, hey, look, you're backing out of this online match. If you back out right now, you're declaring a loss. And your record will show a loss, and it'll be an automatic win for the other player. And that happens.
I know.
He wants to know what game should have it.
Well, none of them should have it. I mean, except for sports games. Like What would you put that on a fucking Call of Duty for? Like that doesn't have any room to be in a Call of Duty. It doesn't have any space to be in that.
Like you jump in a Battlefield game and you're down by like
why would you do
so
that?
many 100 kills? Like, oh, mercy roll.
Yeah. I know. I can't. I'm just trying to think of like something that's
the games that need it have it.
High score.
Like even Rainbow Six Siege has it, where you can vote. You can vote to surrender. You can like declare a vote to surrender, and then everyone on the team has to vote yes.
You can do that on Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you've always been able to do it in Rainbow Six Siege. You could do it from the beginning. You could, if you were getting your asses kicked like 3-0, and you know that the other team was just fucking dominating you. They were that good. Where like in the first minute of the match, they would kill everyone like right away. You could set up a vote to surrender, and then you can just vote, and you would surrender, and they would automatically end the match, and it would be like those people win and you lose.
Maybe they worded it differently because I don't remember seeing that. I mean, I probably was. I just don't remember it. The only thing I remember voting on was where you want to start in the map or whatever. You know, your not extraction point, but the part where you're going to enter the damn building or whatever. Not that it really made too much of a difference, you know, because everybody kind of did their own thing in that game. Damn, I can't think of anything that would be like video game related, but even a sports game. So because I don't play a ton of them, you know, nothing really high scoring. I mean, the first thing that always comes in is like you said, a Madden or, you know, something that's, you know, I don't think, you know, like
I said,
even like Gears of War has something like that. I don't think, right?
I don't think any game needs it. The games that need it already have it. The games that there's no game that needs it. Every game has it already. Like Rocket League has a surrender mode.
Oh, right. There's a good one.
Mode.
Yeah, when you just suck so bad or whatever. Yeah,
they all have it.
Just give up.
Yeah, it's just like, whatever, dude, give up. Like, fucking...
FIFA probably has one, yeah. Makes sense.
They all have one, dude.
Yep. Let's see. What's next? Jonathan Hall. Yeah. He wasn't ready for some motherfucking thanks Christmas? No, it's Thanksgiving, John. Thanksgiving.
That's like a mix of the two over there. He's got going on.
Mix of the two? Okay.
He's got Christmas going on.
I'll take it. Fine. Let's mix November or December together.
Some Thanks Mas?
Yeah, I'm not ready. Normally I am at this time of year. I'm starting to get ready, starting to get in the mood for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and all that stuff. I am not this year.
No, it's like you know, we kind of used to decorate for even Halloween, but nothing super major. It was more like, okay, throw the pumpkin out there with the light on it, or go get a pumpkin, which we didn't even do this year, and you know, put up a couple spiders, but no, we didn't even decorate zilch for that one. Probably throw a wreath on the door for Thanksgiving.
To me, it come fast this year. I feel like it's hard to believe it's November, or almost November already.
No, honestly, okay, compared to last year, this year has flown fucking by, dude. Like, I remember last year, I just kept thinking to myself, like, fuck, man, when is this ever gonna end? But you know what I think happened? Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. This is what happened, man.
Okay, what happened, Jesus?
Facts. Right?
Okay, give me the facts.
Jesus is about to spit some fucking facts for you, motherfucker, listening. I think we got used to, like, being quarantined and shit. I think we just got used to it all. I think the whole year of quarantine got us used to being alone and being, like, at home or whatever the fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Where this year, when we've been at home most of the time, we haven't even realized that we've been at home most of the time.
And then we went out and just kind of made things speed up a little bit.
No, but, like, we went out for a little bit, Mayo. Like, really, things haven't really changed from last year, to be honest. You know what I mean? Like yes, a lot of the things have been lifted, but not everything has been lifted. And, like, I feel like the governments, I feel like I feel like they've programmed us, man. Like they've programmed the people to just be used to being at home. Like be used to like just listen, just stay the fuck home. Like don't fucking go out, bitch.
No, it hasn't been. Well, okay, so maybe each region and county and state is different, but if you guys remember when I went on vacation, what was it, 6 months ago? To Las Vegas. Las Vegas. Has it been that long?
Vegas? I don't know. When?
Yeah.
It wasn't that. It didn't seem like it was that long ago. I was here like 2 months ago.
It hasn't even been 6 months. It's been like a month.
No. Okay, when was it? It was.
When was it? Dude. July?
Yeah, when the hell was that?
May? What the fuck was this?
See, Gunny doesn't even know.
Let's say it was May or whatever.
Imagination. It wasn't. It's never really happened, Gunny.
Okay, so let's just say 4.5 months ago. Okay.
Okay.
But whatever. So, if you remember, then that was in California, the northern part was like, okay, hey, let's it's fine. Let's take the mask off. Blah blah blah. Go out, enjoy yourselves, enjoy life. Right. I went to Vegas, whatever it was, May, June. I think it was May. And as soon as I came back from Vegas, it was like, you know what? We're putting the mask back on again or whatever. Too many hospitalizations. Boom, 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 right? But it wasn't like that complete lockdown thing again. It was more, I feel like it's been very, very gradual. Like each day that I go out in the last 5 months is like more traffic. You know what I mean? Like it's more, I guess more people are getting out or going to work or whatever. So it's not like an all at once thing. Just my thoughts on that or what I see out there.
It is, but like I feel like we just got used to it, man. Like I feel like I got used to it. I mean, I've always been the type of person that likes to be alone. But like, fuck, man, like, fuck. The last year, like this year went by so quick. I don't know if it's because I've been working.
Yeah, I feel like the back half of this year went by fast. I just feel like it was just June. Like, where did July, August, and September
You're
go?
completely right, man. Like, I'm with you there. Like, I don't know where the fuck this year has gone. I don't know where has October gone? It's already the end of October, pretty much.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened?
But it could be, like you said, it could be the fact that there was more chemtrails in the sky, right? That the government, see?
Oh, my God.
Do you ever wonder whatever happened in July or September? The summer. See what's going on?
Gunny,
you see what's happening here? I think there's some time manipulation happening.
Gunny doesn't even know his months anymore. I think they got him.
No, can't even speak.
Okay,
I didn't drink as much as Jesus, but
his months are all fucked up. Hey, look, may I drink more than you, but I know my months, motherfucker. You. I don't know, man. I feel like this year has gone by super fast, and as far as Christmas, no, I'm not ready for it. But it is what it is,
right.
Like whatever. I don't fucking care,
it seems to be almost like an every other year for me, where, like, okay, so Thanksgiving, if we go somewhere, like out of town or something, not like leave the state, but we leave for a couple days, we like the tree's obviously not getting put up until maybe the second week of December. But if we stay home and the wife cooks or whatever, you know what? I'm going to start preparations for putting up the tree the day after Thanksgiving, So all depends. All depends on what happens.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, always ready for the season. Let's see here, Jason Sams. I was just going to read the next one from Jason Sams. It says, getting the new Guardians of the Galaxy coming out on Tuesday, which is tomorrow. He got it on a pre-order. Pretty excited to play it. Heard a lot of good stuff about it.
Yeah. I mean,
Jesus just hitting on it.
Other reviews are saying that it looks that it's fun. That it's a really good game. Like in terms of like a cool RPG adventure thing, it's really good.
Yeah, and the fact that there's no online component like the last one did. That might have tainted.
Yeah, that whole like games as a service bullshit, right? Like,
that did not work out for them too well.
Did fucking not.
Yeah, but I don't know. There's
and you know what? Like that last
Black
game was
Panther,
actually
so
that last game was actually pretty cool. Like I played a little bit of it the other day on my Xbox. That Guardians of the Galaxy. No, the Avengers.
The Avengers one. I downloaded, but I never played it yet.
It's good.
The first part of the campaign is pretty fucking cool. Like, you know, you're playing as a little girl, and then you go to that thing, and then you're playing as Thor and Iron Man and shit, and like Black Widow, and you're playing as all these superheroes. It's actually pretty cool. Like, they kind of did a pretty good job with all that. It's just the whole games as a service or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Like being online or whatever, and all that shit. It's not cool.
Yeah, it's almost like, man, you're good for like the first 4 hours, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like definitely worth playing.
You know, like it reminds me of like why I really like Spider-Man so much. Like Spider-Man is a good game. Spider-Man on the PlayStation, it's just a solid single player hero game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas,
yeah, I enjoyed what I played of that.
Fuck all the other bullshit with the Avengers. Like if they just made a really cool Avengers game with single player only, that would have been dope. Anyways. What else, Gunny?
Nipron, our good friend Nipron says, he wants to know if we have a hard time catching up on or getting back into old games because of the graphics or something else, but you really wished you got into it at the same time it was released, but it's too late now.
Yeah.
Was there a particular game in mind, Jesus, or?
Particular game in mind that I really would have liked to get into at the time, but I can't now. I'm trying to think here. That's kind of a tough answer, but I know there's games that I've played that people have told me this game is so good, and like you should really, really fucking play this, and I just can't get into it, man.
Rift Breaker? No, I know you haven't a chance to get into that one yet, but
No.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of
like old RPGs or something, you know what I mean? Like,
there you go.
Something like an Elder Scrolls game that's really old, like maybe Morrowind. I would say
there you go. That's a good one. I think
that one. I always hear good things about it, but I just can't get into it, man. It's so old, you know what I mean? It's like I just don't want to do this. Don't want to put myself to this right now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I hear people saying, "Oh man, I put like 150 hours into Morrowind," or
like I can see people telling me the same thing if I tell you, Gunny, like, "Hey, Gunny, go play Jedi Knights of the Old Republic."
Yeah, that's a good one.
You know what I mean? Like that story is really good, but if you go back to it, you're gonna be like, "What the fuck is Jesus talking about? This shit is fucking ghetto as fuck." You know what I mean?
Even the Star Wars sort of MMO, man, even that game looks kind of.
Was it something of the Republic?
It was something of the Republic. I saw Vengeful Jedi was playing it. It was not too long ago.
That game is actually free right now. You can legit sign up. Like if you want to play it on your PC, Gunny, you could go and like make an account and just play it, and it's all free.
Yeah, I mean it's not. Game. I don't know. Was it 2000?
What's it called, Mayo?
10 or something?
Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Yeah, the Old Republic. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to be a real Star Wars fan to play that. But again, I think I even mentioned.
But hey, I've heard that the campaign on that game, like the story in that MMO, is really fucking solid. Like it's really fucking cool. Like there's been times where I've wanted to play that, and it sounds really cool to me, man. But I don't know.
The MMO was released in 2011.
Okay, 2011. I was very close. I remember when that came out, and. Yeah, I think it would be hard to go back to that, Jesus. Now, if they redid it with the same story, I think it would make a huge difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally remember that being like, oh, this game looks pretty cool back in 2011. And then, even though like I didn't really have like even a gaming PC, but I was like, that's really cool. And then, yeah, and I look at it like within the last couple of months, and I was like, oh yeah, that's that
Yeah,
game is not a.
I remember when it came out. I remember we just got finished playing a different game, another MMO, and so we gave that one a shot. I couldn't get into it either. And that was pretty much my second MMO. I used to play one called Rift. I really enjoyed that. So they talked me into jumping on board in this one. And they fell off of it pretty quick. And then I just jumped off of it because nobody else was playing it. So I just stayed away from it then. But I remember it.
Mayo, I'm just throwing it out there, but there was a couple of people I talked to at work or whatever, customers, and they were mentioning, is it the Isle 2? You heard of that one, or the Isle?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I kept telling him, like, yeah, I see it on Steam or whatever, but he's like so stoked for something like that. Yeah, I've seen it on Steam, but he's like, oh man, I can't wait for the Isle 2.
Like
I don't know if
it's a
that's
survival game on Steam.
Is that what it is? Man, but I thought it was an MMO or RPG or something.
I just looked at the game I found. It's called The Isle, and it's experienced fierce open world survival gameplay as you attempt to stay alive in an unforgiving island inhabited by dinosaurs. Hunt, grow, and survive.
Okay, yeah. I don't know, the Isle 2.
December in 2015.
Man, maybe I'm totally thinking of something else that even got delayed. So, I'll ask him about it this week.
There is talk.
Word.
2020, they were talking about maybe an Isle 2 coming out.
Mm-hmm. That might have been the one, but I know he's got a Switch and a PlayStation 4. So, but hey guys, now I'm really getting yelled at. So I'm gonna sign myself out here, guys.
Get out of here.
Where are we gonna find you, Gunny?
Go find me on the old Xbox. Well, the newer stuff. Gamertag Gunny Chief, and PlayStation is HGP, 3 letters _ Gunny. But Gunny Chief's available on Steam and Epic Store and all that good stuff.
Right.
I'm on the Discordians.
Sounds good.
Gunny Chief. Peace out. Later, guys.
Bye.
See you, Gunny.
Good show.
Anything else, Mayo, for questions? Okay.
Nope, that was it. Gunny took care of the questions. We're pretty much done with all that.
Feedback, anything.
Yeah, looks like Jesus is ready for a nap over there pretty soon. So you're gonna find me on Discord. You're gonna find me on Steam. You're gonna find me on Xbox as the Mayo. Evan on the Twitter. So the Twitter machine. Find me. I'll be over there, mainly on Steam and mainly on Discord, hanging out. Been kind of quiet on there lately, but like I said, it's just been kind of busy. Being a Camaro boy, a Cameo boy, as Jesus would call it. Yeah, wow. Keep me busy.
Wow.
But yeah, you can find me on there. Or we can find you, Jesus.
Find me on everything else Jesus Walks Out. I've been playing on my PS5 this week. I've been playing on my PC and other shit. Maybe. I'll definitely try to play that Rest game this week. I didn't play it this past week, but I'll definitely try to get some time this week to play it.
That reminds me, my son was telling me I need to get on Phasmophobia. He's been playing it in VR, and they have a new update. They have like a new campsite map where there's like a lake with like a Jason like mask floating in it, and you can see something moving in the water. And there's another one with like these twin girls, kind of like something maybe from like The Shining, I would assume. But I guess there's this one where like the enemy ghost will feed off the electricity of your equipment. The more equipment you carry, the stronger it gets. And I guess there's another part where the ghost will take the likeness of one of your teammates in the game.
Oh, fuck.
and so you'll think it's one of your teammates and it'll be the ghost. So definitely, I want to check it out in VR. Some of the new stuff. So
yeah, that sounds cool. Maybe I should get that game and play with you. I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty fun, but in VR, it's definitely a little bit of a different experience. It plays well.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, like I said, if I'm at everything, Jesus Walks Out. I'll be playing some games this week. I'll be chilling and shit. You know what I mean? But I'm out of here. Peace out, Brussels sprouts. As Gitchy would say. We're out of here. We'll catch you next week on the next week's edition of the Horrible Gamers podcast. And yeah, share us with your friends and family and stuff. Share us with your friends and family, Gunny and Mayo and everyone.
Over on Player FM, right?
And everywhere, not just Player FM, on everything.
Oh yeah, everywhere. But
we're available on every fucking platform out there, guys. We're available on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Player FM, TuneIn Radio, Google Podcast, Amazon Music, Spotify, Pandora. We are literally on every fucking thing, right? Right, Mel? Right?
Yeah, right. The only thing we're not on Twitch and stuff like that. We need to work on that. It's funny because if I mention it,
we're not on Twitch, but we are on everything else.
Yes. People are like, "Oh, so you must have a lot of video equipment, right? If you do a podcast," I'm like, "No."
You know what? That's a funny thing. I mentioned the same thing to a person last week, and they thought that we were on YouTube, like doing a video thing.
And then people think when I say it to them, they think it's like Twitch or YouTube.
I'm like,
no.
What do you mean? And they're like, well, you're on YouTube. Like, what can I find? Where can I find you? Like they gave me the link. One of them gave me a link of that of those other assholes that stole our name. The other dudes that call themselves the Horrible Gamers on YouTube or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They gave me a link of that. I'm like, no, that's not us. What the fuck? Like, that's some ghetto ass shit. What the hell? Is like, we're more fucking better than that. But they thought like we did like a video thing or something. I'm like, no, it's not us, dude. It's not us. It's not. No, chill. No. So tell your friends when you make sure you mention us. Make sure you tell them where they can find us. Then that's it, Gunny. I'm done. I'm done.
All right, guys. What did you say, Jesus?
Peace out, Brussels sprouts. We'll catch you next week's edition of Horrible Gamers podcast. I already said that.
Yeah. All right. We're out of here. See ya.